there's a little delay, so before I actually switch over to us live, we're playing the little thing. So 3, 2, 1, and we're live, man.
Nice.
So awesome. So JP, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you guys for bringing me here.
We had Leia, a mutual contact, who was really just kind of a minor mutual contact. I've only seen her like at the gym like twice ever. And then so social media.
We all have gym people.
Yeah. I think that's how it works, man. Yeah. I saw you bench 315.
That's right. Yeah.
I can't even bench 350.
Yeah, whatever. Don't lie. Muscles like that. Don't lie.
He's very modest.
Yeah.
Well, he's getting a little less modest. I saw him post that shirtless pic.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah. How could I miss it?
I was getting social media, right? Okay, because you're at the kind of front end of playing the social media game, right?
A little bit.
So sometimes people want to see shirtless pictures. I hate it, man. And I competed and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like I'm embarrassed, but it never felt cool. And I just see so many people doing it, and it's dumb.
Because everybody has an 8-pack, right? It's just normal.
Well, you got 9 now, man.
9.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not trying to brag.
You get that little, you get that scar tissue on top of the other ones. People are like, dude's a Martian.
Yeah. But I don't show off. I try to stay humble.
Thank you.
You know that country song, Humble and Kind? I try and it's my motto.
I believe it, yeah.
They say Dory Yates would never show what he was doing when he was bodybuilding.
Yeah.
He would keep himself covered all the time, and the only time he would ever, when he would walk down the street, whatever, he always kept everything real covered, and he didn't want to show anything until he actually competed because he thought he was working on something that was his, and he wasn't trying to just.
That's a lot of them. Some do it now, but most of the older school bodybuilders were like that. Yeah.
That's kind of like some of the boxers. They don't shake anyone's hands. You know what I mean? Because that's their.
Is it true?
Yeah, it's true. It's
Wow.
100%. Like they won't shake people's hands or whatever just because they don't want. That's their bread and butter. That's their money maker right there.
Yeah.
So they don't do anything
they
with their
fist
hands.
pound?
Yeah, it's crazy.
MMA is the only, because I didn't even see it now. There's not really entrances in jiu-jitsu other than some of the ones you said, but even in Muay Thai and all the other combative sports, MMA, so Bellator, UFC, are the only ones that will actually do that on the ring walk into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that in any other, like boxing. They're like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
They're like in and close. A lot of them don't even look. They don't want to look around and enjoy it unless you're like Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Just happy as can be that you're doing something.
Making millions.
All that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's their moneymaker, man.
Makes sense.
Crazy.
Can't do it.
I don't want anybody touching my hands either.
I want to go to the bow. Why can't we just bow? Like, hey, okay, cool. Why with all the touchy?
Yeah.
I'm not real comfortable with the touch.
Like the.
I think it'd be weird
just
if
a little
boxers.
dip, just a little bit. I'm good.
It'd be weird if boxers bowed.
A little bit. They'd have the big old marshmallow gloves on.
Yeah,
that would look funny. It might tip over.
Yeah.
I don't know. Seems out of place with the bow with boxing.
So we've got a little cleanup. So I know you're a Packers fan, but we got a little cleanup on this.
Mm.
The Cowboys did a little one-trick pony this weekend.
That is not a one-trick pony, sir.
I think it might have been.
I wasn't even paying attention.
I'm insulted.
You weren't paying attention.
Who are we talking about again?
The Cowboys and
Jaguars.
Yeah, Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Yeah.
It's not a one-trick pony. That was the Cowboys team for the rest of the. Why you keep laughing, sir? Your quarterback is one step away from an old folks' home. So, he's about one hit away from retirement. So.
They only let him out 2 days a week, man.
Well, I'm just telling you. You keep laughing, sir.
Yeah.
We'll see who's laughing in 2 years.
Who has an actual quarterback?
I was like, wait a second. Like, wait, what?
But
does your quarterback even count?
That counts. He had a great game.
He counts?
He did have a great game.
He had a great game.
Okay.
He did have a great game.
But he's like the 7th leading rusher in the league this week.
Yeah.
Like 81 yards rushing.
In other words, he's not doing his job. No.
Right. Yeah.
You know what they're doing? They're doing that zone. They're doing that zone read option, which they haven't. They didn't really do that in the NFL till maybe the last few years because of the way the quarterback position's changing.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks are becoming so much more athletic, and I think that's what the Cowboys need to be doing. That's what they're doing with Mahorn over in Kansas City. A lot of that. I'm getting my fight opponent mixed up. His name is Mahorn. He blew out his knee though. I got a new opponent.
Oh, son of a!
Yeah, that sucks. But anyway,
sometimes you get scared. That's all I'm
it's
saying.
not a one-trick pony. My Cowboys are they're tied for the division lead. I have nothing to be upset about.
Dude, and just to bore the crap out of you, JP, I predicted his division.
Yeah.
That the winner of division would at best be 9-7 on the.
So far, he's right on the money. True story.
I was, and it doesn't mean any of them suck.
Right.
Except for the Giants.
Oh, the Giants are so woeful.
I'd like to
Yeah.
play the Giants like 6 times this year.
Who wouldn't?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Who did they
6 times.
beat? I can't remember who they beat. They got one win.
Have they?
They
played
almost
the
beat
Dolphins
Jacksonville.
Yet?
No, I don't think they played
The Dolphins
No,
just spanked up on freaking Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah, they
right.
Did. They did.
Osweiler.
There's a lot of crazy games going on
Oh,
that
this
people are
season's
just like,
weird.
"What is going on?"
It's
Yeah.
a weird season.
Yeah.
It's a
Balance
really
out.
bizarre season.
Yeah.
I think, it's a definite weird season. My Packers are they're making me a little upset right now, but
Dude, they're
hopefully
fine.
they'll-
They're going to work it out.
yeah, they'll
They
work
always
it
do
out.
that, though.
It's was that last season or 2 seasons ago when Rodgers said relax and it became famous like
2 years
It
ago.
was, it was
Yeah.
2 years
Yeah,
ago. Yeah,
that
they were
was
horrible. And then
Yeah. They just straight up
And then
murdered
just
everybody
boom,
from that
marked.
moment.
that was
And if
crazy.
you do it all the really good teams consistently, they're about 500 coming into week 6, week 7,
Yeah.
and then it's all worked out.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out.
It's that time now. Well, after
As-
today, then
As
it's-
long as I don't have to see anybody kneel.
yeah, true.
they've done a good job of getting rid of that problem.
Yeah. I
What
know.
do they do? They just don't have the players come out now, right?
Yeah, I think this
Is that how
locker
they killed
room
it?
talk now or something.
Yeah, I think they killed it. They stay in the locker room until after the.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
They had to have because otherwise you would have been seeing it. Like, there's
All
no
I
way
know is
the
my
players-
Packers have been good from day one.
Yeah, they're
The Cowboys are good for
They've
day
been-
one.
We had a couple in Needle.
Those Patriots.
Jerk ass mother shits.
With the name Patriots too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, how could
that's
you
like
mess that one up?
In Boston, after all the crap that's going on there.
So you are beyond a McGregor fan then. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm a what?
If y'all don't have him in every game with the Irish luck, y'all are fools,
Man, they need to bring him and a pint of that Prosper 12 or whatever he's
Proper
selling.
12.
Proper 12 that he's pushing every Sunday.
Did you see that?
No.
So McGregor came pregame
yeah.
at the Cowboys deal and prepped them, like hyped them up and did the whole. And they came out and spanked the crap out of Jacksonville.
They need to have that McGregor hype machine. I think Dylan Dennis was out there too. Did you see him throw that football?
That was horrible.
We saw it coming, and we were watching at my brother's house.
Yeah.
And every one of us was like, no, don't. It was so bad. It was just like, no, why'd you throw the ball?
Yeah, I
so we're waiting
should've,
for the memes
yeah.
to come out with the
Oh yeah, right.
bad throw.
I love the football memes. Those are hilarious.
Yeah.
And I should have pulled that video out, man.
It was a horrible. Anytime you see anybody who's not American throw a football, it's such a disaster.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
That's right.
Even rugby guys.
Oh no, they can't throw a football. They don't. They
No.
Because they're doing all the
tossing
toss and all. I mean,
it, kicking
great,
it.
yeah,
They can kick
on
the
that
crap
shit.
out of it. Get some
Yeah.
rugby punters.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah,
it's
so
the
we had to do a
worst.
little cleanup. And then obviously I had to wear the Patriots gear. You see all the stuff.
See, you didn't tell me I would have worn my Packer jersey, my Packer hat.
I didn't know. I was even, I troll your social a little bit. I didn't see anything on there, man.
Oh, I'm
You gotta bring
diehard. I'm diehard. You want to know something cool?
Yeah.
When after I was hit, I was honored as a hometown hero on the field during one of the games.
Oh my!
So Green Bay
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
who I am.
That's
It's
awesome.
pretty sweet. It's an honor.
So if we need field passes, we gotta,
You're the hookup.
we got.
Yeah, my dad has some tickets.
Just have to drive up to Wisconsin. That's
Whew.
a drive.
That's don't do it during the winter.
And it's cold.
So we got like
Yeah.
Next week, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
So-
yeah.
I'm out.
Try and get
Yeah.
next
We'll have
week's
to try
tickets.
next year
or-
because I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe at Fox. Wait, where do we play you guys? In Green Bay or Foxborough in Green Bay?
I'm not really sure.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not
we
like
can pull it
Boston's any better. It's probably colder in Boston.
Yeah, Boston. It's the
They
same
have
thing.
big roads and snow plows and stuff. Green Bay, it's all farmland and everything.
How do they clear roads? They got like the
We,
horse and buggy.
we
with
use
the,
big
like, a
tractors, and cows. Yeah.
I don't know if you'll have the horse and buggies going and just like
And after the cow is done, then we make it do milk and cheese, and we work it.
it actually kind of
till it's
doesn't
gone.
sound that bad.
It's a
I
good
like me
life for
some
the cow.
cheese
You
and
know?
milk.
It's funny because the cows down here in Texas, they're all like brown and black, right? Up there, they're white and black, like you see on a milk carton.
Joke. Yeah.
They're for real that way.
Are they bigger?
Yeah, if you've never been to Wisconsin,
Yeah.
that's what a real cow, like milk cow, looks like up north.
Are they bigger up north? Or are they?
They're fatter, yeah.
They're fatter.
Well, yeah, we drink beer all the time up there, eat cheese, and like,
it
of
to
course they're gonna be
Cheeseheads,
fat.
dude, that's
Yeah,
what-
that's all they do up there.
Because we got the Longhorns. You ever seen
The
those?
most
Oh
useless-
yeah, I've seen some
The
long.
most useless bull ever created.
Yeah, pretty
It
much.
just like walks
Can't
around.
do anything with
But
them.
they look cool.
His head's
Yeah.
always down because those things
Yeah,
are heavy.
they're like
as
raw.
crap.
And they're gonna
It's the
try-
saddest cow ever.
horrible.
Saddest
Yeah.
cow ever.
Like, what is the purpose of this cow?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
they're great for the front of like 1970 classic cars.
Cadillacs,
Yeah.
of course.
Boss hog.
Gotta
That's
put 'em
really
on
about
cabs.
it. Yeah, a couple
Yeah.
trucks and stuff. That's really about
Yeah.
it.
Anybody do that anymore? When's the last
I've
time you saw
s-
horns on the front of a Cadillac?
I don't know.
Car
I've
show.
seen 'em-
Well, I see one of my old teammates is Daniel he's in Iowa.
Yeah.
So he does a bunch of car shows and old
Nice.
classic cars. So I see some of his pictures. So it happens.
It does.
It's not often, but I see him
Boss
there.
hog Cadillac. That was the best.
I'd drive one.
Yeah, I want that
Yeah.
Charger. That's what I'd rather have.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd put horns on any of my vehicles.
I mean, if somebody took a classic car and made it mint condition and there were horns on it, I would take it. I'm not saying I'd go buy one and look for one, and I'm not going to go put the horns on it. But I'm saying if it came with it,
If it added value, then maybe I would think about it.
yeah,
But otherwise, it's just a hazard.
dude, just go buy a velour suit, man, and like a little pimp hat. Just roll down.
Exactly.
Just run down to Bissonnet.
Yeah, well,
You know about Bissonnet?
No.
no.
We call it the #1 hostro in America.
Oh
There's
my
more
God.
prostitutes per square foot than any other place in America.
Oh
That's
my
about
goodness.
what, 15, 20 minutes from here?
Yeah.
15 minutes, not even that.
Yeah.
So what you're saying
Actually,
is
it's less than that because we deal with them at work. So.
Yeah.
I'm glad I live in San Antonio is ultimately what you're saying.
Well,
Yeah.
San Antonio
So I
has
have
their
to
own
see that.
places,
They've-
I'm sure.
they've got-
We're just
they've
happy to be
got,
close
you
to
know,
it.
Yeah, I've
it's
never
other
seen.
stuff.
I'm gonna stay away from that corner.
yeah. All right, so our sports cleanup was good.
All right.
So go Packers tonight, man.
Yeah,
I cheer for y'all every week except one this year.
gotcha.
And maybe two, depending on how the Super Bowl
How many
stuff
times?
works out. Yeah, so
Yeah, I don't
definitely
see them.
one. I'm not cheering for you guys.
If they get to the Super Bowl, I will be so happy because they messed it up last time.
They can always, if they have Aaron Rodgers, they always have a chance.
They always have a
Always
chance.
Yeah.
I'll
with
give them
guy.
that.
Always in the
Although,
discussion.
you guys heard about Nelson, right?
What happened?
I still
He's-
don't know, and I'm from Green Bay.
He's well. Dang, I saw 3 reports. Don't know the latest.
Was it
he
about
hurt?
the money or something? I
Yeah,
guess?
because that was the whole. And I don't know if is it officially like a mid-season holdout?
Oh, wow.
Oh, I don't know. He's not on any team right now.
I don't. That's why I know. I
don't
saw
know.
some of the wires cross.
Hey,
And
the
then-
Cowboys will pick him up. Take him
No,
out
no,
for
no.
him.
That's not allowed. That's illegal.
Cowboys will take him
It's
out.
That's
illegal.
straight up
It's
illegal.
illegal. The
Yeah,
Cowboys.
they'll pay him. They're looking for a #1 right now.
No, no, no.
Well, he's not coming to us because we spent our load with Gordon. So
Yeah, right, yeah.
we'll do that.
I think most of the teams have probably already spent all their money.
Cowboys,
Except
they got
Sam.
that Des Bryant money waiting to spend
Yeah.
on somebody.
They could. Uh-oh.
That'd be
You
a
might have to become a-
nice. He'd be a nice fit in Dallas. I'm
No,
telling
he
you
would.
right now.
He would look hideous in that blue and white.
Cowboys would have 2 white receivers. That would be insane.
Oh.
Like, what are the odds of that? I mean, you got Carolina with a white running back, Chris McCaffrey.
Yeah, and he's actually
It's really
pretty
good.
good. Shockingly.
What's happening?
I
What's
know.
that?
That's crazy, man. Yeah. Good. All right, so tomorrow, you're opening for Ted Cruz
That's correct.
at. I always feel funny saying it. The
RCC?
Redneck, yeah, the RCC. We'll do it that way. At the
Yeah, the
RCC.
That's what we all
Yeah.
call RCC.
Yeah, yeah.
Redneck Country Club.
Yeah, it's a good name for a country
Officially.
club. You ever been there?
No, it's cool. I've only seen pictures, man.
It's really nice. It's really nice.
I've never been there
You'll
myself.
like it. You'll like
Yeah.
it. It's Michael Berry's little thing, and he did
It's-
a good job putting it together.
It's really.
Yeah.
It's actually really nice.
That's cool.
From the photos.
I'm looking from the photos. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I don't sing a lot of country, but
Yeah.
I know Texas still loves me. So
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So so you're singing?
yeah, I'll be
Okay.
singing. Yeah.
Well, because it's open, and then I'm like, and it's possible. Like, it could be singing, it could be speaking, it could be both. I'm like, crap, I don't know. We'll find out.
yeah. I don't
So, yeah.
even know. I just do whatever. Just
just
wing
ready.
it. I might bring puppets. You never know what can happen. I'm
Like a
just-
Sesame
Yeah,
Street.
dude. Yeah, you can throw your voice.
Yeah,
Start
yeah.
moving your mouth. We're gonna get no. I'm kidding.
I can
I was
talk,
like,
That
but
sounded
I don't know.
awkward for a second right there. I don't know what to do.
I don't know. What to,
That's the
Intimidating.
point.
you mean you're not a
Hashtag me too.
ventriloquist?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not. I have no special talents other than choking people. That's it. And it took
Yeah.
me a long time to get that one.
That's a
going.
good talent
It's
to have.
It's
Yeah.
been pretty helpful.
Life or death
It's been
situation.
handy. It's been handy a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
Mostly it's just fun.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, of course.
What do you? So you have any songs you're going to open up with, or?
I'm gonna do some covers tomorrow. One special cover that means a lot to me, actually. I don't know if you've heard of the artist named Jason Castro. He was back on American Idol back in 2008,
That's where. Okay.
and he got
okay.
4th place. He had awesome dreadlocks, and the story behind that song is really hilarious and unique because that was when I joined the military, and I was voting for that dude I was like, yeah, I like him. He's cool. I love his dreadlocks. He's got a good voice, and so I hope that dude wins. Well, he got 4th place, which is pretty high, higher than most of us.
Mm-hmm.
And fast forward, his song called "Only a Mountain" was the song that saved my life.
Oh wow!
So that'll be the first song I do tomorrow night. So
yeah, cool. Yeah. So how, I'm just super curious on this one, right? So I see more and more people, not because there's more and more people doing it necessarily, but I see more and more people, because I'm watching it more, do more motivational speaking. And I say, I don't even want to use the word motivational speaking because that stresses me out for a whole slew of reasons.
Right.
But doing public speaking.
Right.
Right. So what was the drive to start doing that? And then because so many people are looking that way, how do you start doing it?
So those are 2 good questions. And I actually just recently learned that it should be called inspirational speaking instead of motivational, because it's technically, if you think about it, only motivational if you took it as motivating.
Right.
So if I'm just talking and it's not motivating you at all, then I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm just inspirational, but because I'm talking.
Right. Right.
But and I got into it because I wanted to talk about my story and how I got through it and how I got over everything, and try and give that hope to the American people and people of other countries that if they go through a tragedy like I did, that they can overcome. Yeah. They can get through it and move on and be stronger for it. So I started doing it more often and just taglining it with my performances.
Okay.
When I would sing, and I would tell my story and then sing songs, and I just keep it a duo like that pretty much most of the time. For any one person that is looking to get into speaking or becoming a public speaker, there's actually groups out there that will help them with their speech, help them with their story, organize it in a way that they speak more professionally, if you will. Take out the, like we were talking about earlier, the the all the stuff that are hesitating words that we use. Yeah. And one of the groups that we're going to be joining actually is called, hold on,
pressure. Yeah.
Toastmasters International.
Yeah.
So we'll be joining that organization actually soon, just so I can become a better speaker myself. Yeah. So I encourage people to find groups like that. There's always groups to encourage, to encourage you to be better at anything. So obviously, if you want to be a better speaker, then find a group that does that and get involved.
So do you think the music helps you as far as getting into, like, sort of which came first?
Music.
Okay. So pre-injury, were you a musician?
Yes.
Okay.
But I hesitate to tell you yes because it's actually a funny story. Growing up, I was in choir, I was in show choir, in band. So I did all of the things that were musical, right? Right. But I never took it anywhere, or for that matter, had the guts to step up front and be a lead vocalist because I was too scared. Yeah. I didn't want to do it. And so when I would go home from school, I would put down my backpack and I would have a wall mirror, like one of those full body mirrors that you could see your whole, and I would pretend I was a rock star with a microphone, crank up my radio because my dad wasn't home, and I would do that pretty much every day, but never had the guts to do it in real life.
So at home karaoke star is the first step.
What was what was your go-to as far as what music? What band? What band?
Oh shoot! Back in the day, it would probably be the Blink 182, U2. Of course, you got to do NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. All of those. I was a '90s kid.
You had me till there. You had me till NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Whatever. You love 98 Degrees. Don't even lie. I know you're
you see his truck? You see his truck when he pulled up?
Yeah, it's 98 degrees.
I saw a little 98 degrees in that bottom corner.
No, it was all of that stuff. Because I was a '90s kid.
Yeah. I'm an '80s kid. I'm like '80s, early '90s.
Yeah. I was born in '88.
You're like '70s, right?
Your mom? Your mom?
Your mom.
Your mom.
Your mom.
My balls was hot.
My balls was hot. No, was it? Did you see that in the UFC?
No.
So Derek Lewis, who's from Houston, big heavyweight, and
Yeah.
He's just a bulldozer. I don't know what you call him. There's really
Character is what he is.
he's funny as hell. So
Yeah.
before you leave, we'll show his Instagram. He's one of the funniest fighters I've ever seen in my life. So after his last fight, which he barely won because he was gassed, and what was it 10 seconds left, 15 seconds left?
I think it was I remember it was 14 seconds left. And
Yeah.
he hits this guy with like an overhand right out of nowhere.
And knocks him out, right? So
Yeah.
he was going to lose the fight, but he just
He was down.
It's seek and destroy.
Yeah,
He basically takes punishment so he can hit you with your right, and if he hits you, you're gone, and if he doesn't, you're going to win. It's one of those things. But anyway, after the fight, he takes his drawers off. So all he's got is his tights, just his tights on under, right? So he
Yeah.
takes his fight drawers off, throws them over his shoulder, and so Rogan's in the ring. He's like, "Man, why you take your shorts off?" He's like, "My balls was hot."
Yeah.
It was funny.
It's like,
And it just kept going and going and going, and he's like, "What is some of the crazy shit?" He said, "Like
that was
Trump?
not even. Yeah, he said Trump called me 2 days ago and said to knock that Russian out. Because he was fighting a Russian.
Oh
And,
my
I was like,
goodness.
What are you doing?"
It was a classic. It was one of the best post-fight interviews I've ever seen in my
Oh
life.
my word.
It was. So now my joke is every time I don't know what to say, I'll be like, my balls was hot. So that's my.
So we went on a little tangent there, but so you had the
That's where it comes
backstory.
from.
Yes.
And
yeah.
the greatest thing is he's from Houston,
Yeah.
and
that's
it's literally
hilarious.
15, 20 minutes from here is where he trains.
30 minutes.
Yeah, it depends on the
4
day.
hours, 4 hours. Yeah.
10 minutes to an hour and a half.
Gotcha.
That's
Yeah, that's
So,
Houston
yeah.
traffic.
Yeah.
That describes Houston traffic.
Yeah,
perfect.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So, because I'm curious, and I'm leading into it, so I'm just going right to it, is that so many people that I know, because you went through a coma for weeks.
Oh yeah.
6 weeks. 6
yeah.
weeks, okay. And
I thought it was well deserved, actually.
it's a good nap.
Yeah.
You come out rested and ready to take
I
on
worked
the
hard
world.
before that. So I was taking my nap as long as I
That's
could.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd like a little 2 week here and there,
Tell me about it. If I could
Vacation.
go back in to tell the doctor, hey, put me out for like 4 weeks, please. Okay.
just keep everything. I'm
use a nap.
I'm just saying I'm not knocking it. That'd be all right.
Yeah.
But so many people I know that experience things like that, and even on micro levels, to where they're out for a day and 2 days, things of that nature. They come out and something is different, or something's clicked. Not necessarily personality wise, but things like, oh, I had a heavy interest in music, and I come out and being in front of a crowd doesn't mean anything. Like for something like things just click like that. Did you notice anything on yourself?
So are you talking immediately or just over time?
Well, over some time, like a month or two coming out of it. So like once you actually kind of got moving and got everything.
Well,
Getting
I
back
was
to it.
actually, I pretty much became an introvert when
wow. So
when
you
I
went
was
in.
hurt. Yeah,
Okay.
I was the complete opposite of the person I am right now.
Okay.
And I had a lot of anger,
Mhm.
depression, all of that stuff. So when I was hurt, the doctors put me on 20 plus medications.
Oh man.
So that will mess with your head.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah, I literally became the opposite of who I am today from the initial start. And it wasn't until God actually gave me the strength to get over it and get through it that I became who I am today.
Yeah. Roughly how long did that take?
Well, I was in a coma for a month and a half, hospitalized for a year, and maybe a year and a half after I was blown up, I probably started getting the nerve to be like, I can do this.
So about a year and a half from incident.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. Which in the grand scheme of things is actually pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Just people listening and watching and things like that. Because I don't want to be like people like, oh fuck, it was a year and a half. Really, because you have the incident, you're in the coma. So it's not that time clicks away, because it doesn't click away, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it passed.
And then coming
for
out with your
sure.
surgeries, and then you can't do anything a while, and then rehab and fittings for the prosthetic. I mean, like all of those things take the time they take.
Yeah,
Of
course. Actually, there's the therapist will tell most double amputees that we'll be in therapy for about 2 years.
Yeah.
So that is something the military taught me one thing, which is never give up, never surrender.
Right.
That has been drilled into my heart, blood, brain, sweat, toes, everything you can imagine. That was drilled into me. So when everybody was telling me, the doctors were telling me I wasn't going to be able to do things, the therapists were telling me I was going to be there for 2 years learning how to walk, I laughed at them.
Yeah.
And said, no, you don't know who I am and what I'm capable of. And God gave me the strength literally to get out of there once they gave me both my prosthetics in 6 months. I still to this day hold the record as the fastest double amputee in and out of therapy.
Dang, yeah.
So
that's pretty quick.
Yeah, it is really quick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So most single amputees are out in like 6 months.
Yeah, they cheat though.
Yeah, exactly. Depending on their amputation,
Yeah.
but we tease each other all the time. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I'm not trying to. It's gotta cover all the liberal shit. Sorry.
Don't worry, I can.
I'm not
cover
saying
for you.
anything bad about it. If you lose one leg, you're perfectly fine. It's just if you lose two and you still have one, the one with one is cheating a little bit because you have one, so it doesn't
I can
take
say
as long.
that. I can
There we go.
totally
See,
say that. I have the legalization of being a double amputee and saying whatever the heck I want.
there.
So
Good.
thank you.
Yeah.
I tease my single amputee brothers all the time. It's so funny. We give each other crap, and I'll be like, dude, I did twice the work you did over there, so just sit down, shut up, and stop talking.
It's true.
Like-
Let's get out of here. You know. Yeah. That's why I was like instantly. I'm like, oh, cheating.
Yeah, and then the triple
Give me credit.
amputees will be like, just shut up, JP, just
And you're like,
sit.
damn it. Where's my corner?
Where'd this guy
Give me my
come
cat.
from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who let him in?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So,
Yeah.
good times.
Holy cow. So when are you going to go to Boston Med and like robot your lower half? Have you
What?
seen those?
Wait, what?
The Boston Institute of Technology?
No.
You've seen those robots?
I am a robot, but no, I haven't seen those robots.
Holy shit. Dude, have you seen the newest
I
one?
haven't seen the newest one.
Okay, so it starts out with this robot that they're like getting it just to kind of walk and navigate.
Uh-huh.
Then it can start doing backflips.
Oh,
Cool.
that
Then it can
thing.
go. Did you see the one where it's navigating and like jumping up all the plyo boxes and all this stuff?
No,
Okay,
that's intense.
off the subject, but not really, because we're going to be biotech with that
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
soon at some point in
Oh,
time.
yeah.
So,
It's already
you
happening.
know,
Yeah.
I'm signing up. And
I already did.
Okay, good deal. Okay, because I was like, if not, we're signing you up
I'm
right now. I'm
First,
like,
first on the list.
yeah, for like chat, or I'm not doing chat. I'm signing your ass up. They had random people not associated with the program set up a series of plyo boxes that wound up going, I think, 8 or 9 feet high in various heights and things. And then they brought the robot in. So the robot identifies the boxes, the heights, and literally just runs up to it and goes, do, 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 do. One steps all the way,
What
staggers
the
all
I
the way
haven't
up the whole
seen
thing.
that. That's scary.
I'm like,
That's sick.
I give
I
up.
need that on my lower parts.
That's what I'm
like. I
saying.
need that on my
Can you-
lower limbs because
Oh, yes.
that would be sick. I can't. I'm kind of jealous that a robot with no brain is able to jump and I'm not. So
Yeah, we're not too
That's-
far away from robots having brains
Yeah, I know.
and that ability. So I'm a little nervous about that, to be honest with you.
But that crowd was crazy, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm
That's
signing
nuts.
up, man.
that's crazy.
I'm like, hopefully I'm not too old when the technology is out. I'm
Have-
like, I will take the robot.
Have you seen the arms? The
Oh, yeah,
robotic arms?
yeah. Oh,
I have a couple
shit.
buddies with those. Those are disgusting.
Were they
Those
going
are-
with the nerves?
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
actually
they're
start to get the
sick.
movement?
They're-
That's
like those things are actually super high tech. My prosthetics, man, not so much compared to that thing.
yeah.
Like they're intense.
I
They
saw
got like
the-
all the finger movements. and
Yes,
everything down,
they
right? You
have-
can- I've seen where they can see all the
they'll get
the
tactile
gears
response.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, they have different systems or whatever you call them. Like, so if they move one muscle, it'll do a grip. If they
Yeah.
move like another muscle, it'll do something else, and so on. And nerves, it is
And it learns.
disgusting. Yeah,
All the
it's-
chips in it, it learns. So the more you do it and the more you repeat,
It's
the faster
nasty.
it responses and the better. Oh, I'm like, that's...
How far has technology gone with prosthetics and all that just in the last decade? It's gotta
much
take-
further than the older vets had the privilege of.
Yeah.
I wish we would have come up with this stuff so long ago.
What drove
I
it?
mean,
Was it just the last 20 years of being in war? Is that-
probably.
Yeah.
Normally, actually, they say war brings out the higher tech.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't doubt that being in war for so long has created all these. To be honest, the public doesn't know that we're actually 15, 20 years behind what's really out there.
Oh, wow.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
What we haven't seen yet. I'm looking forward to it. So
Have you seen some of it? Have you seen any of it? Or
No,
assuming
I
you're
just
plugged
know
into the
that-
world.
I just know that they're working on some sick stuff, and I'm waiting for that hover vehicle.
Yeah.
I want the cars to upgrade. Like,
That's
honestly,
gonna be.
yeah. I'm tired of the street stuff. I want.
The only issue I see with that hover vehicle is it sure is putting up a lot of blast when it's
The
running around.
blast will
Yeah.
be fine.
That'll
work. That'll
it'll
work.
be
its
all
way.
right.
The noise.
I don't know. I
The
just seems
noise
like-
is the problem.
Yeah, and the noise too.
The noise is the
That's
problem.
the thing I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
The noise is
a
the
lot.
biggest
But
problem.
I guess it's
of
at
all
the. This is the beginning stages. They'll clean all that up eventually. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
man, could we see flying cars?
Have you seen the plane car?
Yeah, that's
the
pretty
single
cool.
seater? Yeah, that
That's
sucker's
pretty cool.
pretty sweet.
And then they have the sort of motorcycle-esque looking hovercraft that they're getting that moving pretty well.
Oh,
They
nice.
took it outside last month or month before. Everything's been inside in warehouses with like 40-foot ceilings and navigating everything like that. And
That's
they took it
pretty
out
cool.
month and a half ago. Released the footage on that, and they're doing
I
really
haven't
good
seen
with
that
it.
one yet.
That
Yeah.
one, the same thing is it's really good and really efficient,
I
and
just
they
wanna-
got it. It's the noise.
I just want a hoverboard.
Yeah,
I want a real life Back to the Future
that would
Oh
be sweet.
crap!
Hoverboard.
In the fucking
What are you
80s
talking about? Oh
movies.
crap! How amazing
80s
would that
movies.
be?
You want a DeLorean too?
Hey, that was a
Maybe. I thought it was a
exist.
cool car
You just-
when it
and
came
you
out.
just- a little toilet seat on the back, and tong, and then you can zap off. Is that?
I'd be pretty
To
happy.
the
guy.
future. You wanna go
Yeah,
to the
it goes
future?
into the future. Maybe I want to go back in time, make a lot of money.
Speaking of tech, have you guys seen those 4-wheelers that turn into jet skis?
No, I haven't seen this.
I would love
no
one of
shit.
those. They're for real 4-wheelers.
Yeah.
They can go up to, I believe, 40 or 45 miles an hour.
Damn.
Awesome.
And then you just drive right into the lake, press a button, the tires go up, and you just gun it, and it's a jet ski.
No shit.
Yeah,
So the tires will
dude.
actually they'll pull out to the side.
Yeah,
or
they'll just
retract-
go
okay.
from down to
Oh,
or
The skis are just
it's
sitting there.
Just sick.
why are we talking and not out doing this?
Dude, you're telling me.
Well,
hey,
get the hookup so we can. Like, how do you get this stuff?
we need our friends and family members and followers to help us with our dreams.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
see,
start a
so-
GoFundMe
Get us
page to
into-
get one of these. Everybody starts a GoFundMe page for whatever they want now, so I think I'm gonna do one of those for sports and recreation.
They're so amazing.
Yeah.
I would love one of those.
That would be fun. But yeah, tech man, because there's careful what I say. Mid '90s night vision technology that we used is still not available to the public today.
I remember that crap.
Late '90s.
That stuff is horrible.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of what.
Well,
you have
what
now
you
with
guys
the
had.
Freaking, yeah, that was. Well,
You're
the same
fucking-
time you were in.
Yeah, but you were like police gear.
Yeah, no, we had to do all the patrolling.
He's got a
crap.
beer can.
Nah,
Crap.
well,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
it would have been great for that,
Yeah.
but
You know.
no, we had the little 2 things and make us run around the Hummers and try to see where we're going in that
Yeah.
crap. There's no depth perception. And you know how many people we hit playing
You
games, playing little
think-
war games.
You think you?
Oh, we
hit.
know we hit.
Oh, okay.
Speed bumps?
Yeah,
speed
that's
bumps.
what they
I'm
felt
saying.
like. That's what it felt like. Till you heard and the screaming afterwards. It's like,
These
oh,
things come with sound
shit.
effects.
Yeah.
God, I'm so sorry.
My bad.
Not for my
Our government
squadron.
will pay you soon.
Yeah, he wasn't for my squadron, so I was like, eh, it's
That's
okay.
hilarious.
Not one of my
Good.
buddies.
Doesn't affect my budget. We're good. Kid.
No, I remember one time we were in Fort Polk, and one of these Hummers. I don't know if you guys been up to Fort Polk and done anything, but Joe, it's like real sandy. Some guy was asleep about 50 feet from where I was, and a Hummer pulled up right on top of him and parked on top. Didn't know he was there. Parked on top of him, pushed him down into the sand. So the guy wakes up with a Hummer tire on top of, I guess, his chest, and just starts. The most horrifying scream you could. We thought someone died. We're like, oh my god, someone got killed. And it was just, they pulled the Hummer back, and he was fine because the sand
Yeah,
just
pressed him.
yeah, just pressed him into the sand. But
How in the heck could you keep sleeping when?
well, I guess he woke up as it.
Oh,
Parked
I
on
was
top
gonna
of
say
him.
20 minutes later.
Like he's
Yeah.
like,
what the?
like, could you imagine waking up like that?
Yeah,
It's in a blanket.
that's like an elephant just standing right on top.
Yeah,
No. sh-
yeah.
Crazy.
Oh,
Anyway,
kid.
there's my
But so-
there's my war story.
You've had you had some cool deals, man. 2 inaugurations.
Yeah. I've been able to perform with at 2 presidential inaugurations. The past 2, obviously, we know who the presidents are, unless you live in a box. Then I performed with Neil McCoy, Aaron Tippin, Jason Castro, Lee Greenwood,
Wow.
and some other people out there. It's been awesome, actually. Yeah. I've been able to claim the title as the only double amputee recording artist in the world.
That's pretty awesome.
It
Cool.
is.
I
and
would have I wouldn't even know how to Google that.
Yeah, so I
okay.
found out, this is the funny part though, I found out that I was lying for a couple of years, I guess, because there was an older gentleman who was a musician
Okay.
and recording, and he was a double amputee as well, but he passed away.
Okay, so now
So
you know.
now,
Just you.
Okay.
yeah,
We're safe.
I had to thank him for giving me that title back. Because
Have
I
you
was
made your
lying
money
to
back yet, or
everybody.
no? Okay.
No, not at all. Still haven't made any money, but no, he's probably in a better place than I am, right?
Yeah, I'm
Right
like,
now.
he's got it all back now.
Yeah, right. I tell people actually, they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry you lost your legs for this country." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I'm gonna get wings eventually. So who needs legs when you got wings?"
You'll be an Avenger.
I should be a Red Bull commercial, you know.
Red.
Hint, hint.
People
People watching.
Pretty, I like that. That was a
Yeah.
nice little.
I like that, yeah.
Slid that
I
in
don't know if
there.
that was intentional or not, but it was
Nice.
smooth. I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
I think that was pretty effective.
yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
So you've got to open. So when you perform at an inaugural, what's that like? It's got to be.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of bands there, so
Yeah,
we're all
yeah.
doing our own thing
Right.
and singing, performing, having a good time. And there's thousands of people
Yeah.
there just walking from each venue, each stage, and all.
Uh-huh.
It's a pretty cool setup. So I enjoy it. I love being able to tell my story at
Yeah.
the same time with all of those
Yeah.
people there, whether they're big wigs or not,
Yeah.
and just being able to let them know that, hey, I'm here doing my thing, having a
Right.
good time, and I hope you're supporting the people like myself, trying
Yeah.
to keep going on with their life
Uh-huh.
even after they've sacrificed so much for the country. So it's pretty awesome
Yeah.
to
it
get to
seems-
do what I do.
I didn't realize the art inaugural had all that much going on with.
It's
like,
a lot.
I guess it's like a big party, huh?
It's a
It's
festival
huge.
in a
It's a
sense.
big
Yeah.
party.
Yeah, it's massive, and sometimes when the bands are performing and we're doing our stuff or whatever, and then, well, I remember in 2013 I was walking around because I just finished, and the president was walking around, so detail was everywhere, and it was really cool. Though I was like, "Is this all for me? All these details?" No, it wasn't. One of these days.
You can pretend.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So
That's it. Yeah, because it's kind of like old school South by Southwest.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
yeah, with suits and ties.
Well, yeah, and that's the
Yeah.
downfall of that. But it's the right time of year.
Down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like suits and ties. I'm like,
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sounds really cool, actually.
Yeah,
and then do you
it's-
write? I mean, do you write as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm actually working on some sweet new songs right now that the first one will be released probably January 1st is what
Okay.
where my goal is. And I'm really excited about that song.
So that'll be a cool day.
Yeah, so it's a pop funk song, so it's got a cool beat to it, and there's a rap part on it, and I'm actually wanting Chance the Rapper. Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah.
I want him to be on there.
No shit.
Yeah, and I've showed a lot of producers, they're like, yes, this song is his style.
Oh,
straight
cool.
up.
So it might happen.
Yeah, so we're gonna once
Nice.
I'm done recording my part and everything is finalized, then we'll send it to him, see what happens.
Oh, wow. That'd be really
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be sweet.
That would be sweet.
Kid.
How does that work? So, like, your producer, like, reaches out to him and says,
Yeah,
hey,
the producer to
looking at it.
producer,
Yeah.
and he's actually a producer, so I'm
Yeah.
not really sure if he's his own producer or
yeah.
I
don't know
really
that.
haven't done a lot of the homework on that part,
Yeah.
but I know it's normally producer to producer.
Right.
And then the artist will eventually get in touch, and he doesn't even have to come to our studios, and I don't have to go to his. Everything, a lot of the stuff is recorded, then thrown back over on a cloud,
Mhm.
and sent over to us to
Wow.
finalize and master. It's
pretty
insane.
amazing.
Yeah, one of the producers I'm working with right now, his name is Rod. He's an awesome guy. And he has a drummer that's from another state. Bass player or someone lives in Hawaii, but yet they still work on putting music together. It's insane what the internet can do, man.
Wow.
That's
Crazy.
awesome.
That is cool.
Like that's a cool. Like I didn't even think of that. I was like, yeah, vocals. You send that stuff all over, but I didn't even think of it even on the instrument level. Man.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, everything.
I'm trying to think. I've heard of somebody. There was somebody that used to. Was it Steve Vai? Somebody used to do all his own instruments and just put it together. Because this was pre-internet days. He was having to
Yeah.
record all that stuff and put it together. That must have been really hard back then. So I guess now it'd be a lot.
Yeah, you had to go to a studio
Yeah.
back in
Just
the
record
day.
each separate one and then.
Man, yeah, that would
Before
be a
who was that?
pain. Yeah.
Steve Jobs? Is that who? invented the computer
No, not the
so what,
computer, but
or the
yeah.
internet or
the
whatever?
interface.
Who?
Oh, the interface. Now the internet. I don't even know. There's
Al Gore
Yeah,
invented the
Al
internet.
Gore
What are you
invented
talking
it.
Was it
about?
Gore?
Everybody knows it was Al Gore. No.
No.
Remember how he said that? He
That's
said
right,
he said
right.
he invented the internet.
It's
And
in his
everybody
book.
was like, "Ugh,
He put it in his first book.
Al Gore, what are you
Shoot, I'm
doing?
gonna put it in my book.
Why not?
Yeah,
I'll put him.
It's
let's all
official.
do it.
I created.
If I
the
had a
internet.
book, I would put it in there.
Before I was born, I created the internet.
I'm just
I
gonna
think it's
post
good.
it.
Yeah, 'cause you'd be. Yeah, you might have a hard time with that one.
Right.
You'll need a DeLorean.
I did it in the womb.
You did it. In the
I told
womb.
my
That's
mom.
when you need the
Yeah.
DeLorean, right? I invented it. It
Uh,
was my idea. I think that's what he tried to say. It was my idea.
Yeah,
Mm.
because he tried to back it up and be like, "Oh,
No,
I helped
it
write
was-
legislation that allowed it to have some kind of bullshit."
And it wasn't the what was that movie with Tommy Lee Jones? No, not with Tommy Lee Jones. A Love Story or something. He said that movie was about him and his wife Tipper. Real famous movie with maybe it was James Beatty or somebody.
Yeah, you said too many names. Now I'm lost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
me
there
too.
was some famous
you're like-
movie.
all I wanted to
Al
say was
Gore,
Titanic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It
I
could have
mean,
been
he might have
Titanic.
claimed that one too. I
That's
don't
what
know.
he did.
You might have.
Because the internet wise is there was on old school modems and stuff back in the 80s. I mean, there was BBS boards, so I mean we were communicating with people across the Atlantic. I mean, so I was
That's
communicating
great.
with people and trading games and trading files with people in Europe and doing different things back then. So the internet in the modern form, I don't know who would. I know I read somewhere that there's some groups that kind of claim what that is and how it was, but I don't
Some
know.
geek
man.
in a closet.
I'm still using a
invented it.
whiteboard, so
That's
I don't
good.
really know.
That's all you need, man.
Yeah.
Don't get
It
into
always
this.
works.
Yeah.
Him and Carl Rove. Up
Yeah.
here, this state equals 48. Red.
Yeah.
Every
That's
year, every
awesome.
4 years, you got Carl Rove up there with a freaking whiteboard,
Oh.
giving up his breakdown in the electoral college.
That's horrible. Yeah, every time. We had
That's good.
nonsense.
So have you met Ted Cruz? So since
I
you're-
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that you know open up for him. How did that come about? They just reach out to you, or
I believe so. So my wife is my executive director for my speaking engagements, and they contacted her and said, "Hey, we would really love JP to open up," and so yeah, that they finalized that, and I've met Greg Abbott
oh wow,
as well, and so I'll get to meet him again tomorrow evening. So
Well, he'll
it'll
be out.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man.
Yeah.
it's a big deal. They were at the final stretch.
Yeah, he's it appears Ted Cruz is widening the margin.
I would hope so.
I think they said it was like on the clear averages it was 11 to 13 points now, and it's
Oh, is it that high
trending.
now?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
trending
Oh, that's
more and
good.
more.
Well, that's
and they're
good.
pressuring Beto to give up some of his 30 or 40 million to other Democrats that may have a chance to
Obviously,
win.
yeah, good. That guy,
Yeah.
man,
Good, because they should have someone who's supporting the flag.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Supporting police
kind of for
officers.
the country that they're trying to be politics in, like doing politics. Like
Right.
I just don't understand.
Yeah.
If-
I'm just
If we're living in the country that we have the freedoms of doing whatever we want in, we should always respect the flag that it represents.
thank you.
That's,
I don't understand why that's so hard.
I don't either.
Well, because we come from I think our country is very much a country of. We've always been a country of protest and a country of stand for, not telling other people what to do. In other words, we believe in people's freedoms, whatever it may be.
100%.
And so it gets a little bit touchy when you start telling somebody, well, you have to stand for the flag. There are people who are going to push back, say, I'm an American, and that means I don't have to do that if I don't want to do that. Now, we don't like that because, for obvious reasons. You
Right.
know, we've served our country. You know, you guys have sacrificed a lot. And so when someone says that, it's like an insult. It's like, what do you mean? You know, this means everything, and we've given up so much for that. And I think people who don't see that is because they have not served in any form or fashion. For the most
Correct.
part, not every time. There are people who have served and have that point of view. I just don't think they see the other side of it. They're kind of naive in their point of view, in my opinion. But it's a point of view that kind of makes our country great. That they
Right.
can have that. Because
Yeah.
most countries, there
You're
is no
toast.
option.
Yeah.
That's 100%,
You
yeah.
speak out against your government in any form or fashion, and
Good night.
it's to the gallows for you.
For real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I just feel that if you look at previous protests,
Mm-hmm.
if they disrespected the flag, they were imprisoned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they wanted to protest and got people involved with their protest, but they did it in a way that they could have done anything else, use a microphone, tell the world how they feel about what's going on in their world and not disrespect the flag, then people back them.
Yeah.
They back them. Look at the other previous protesters and the fact, look at how they protested, and people got behind them and actually started believing in their cause. And from all walks of the earth. But this, I feel personally that the flag, the red stripe, represents the blood that was shed for this country. So when you take a disapproving point of view towards that flag that I have personally shed blood for, it makes me feel pretty upset because now they're disrespecting literally the fact that I had my legs blown off for what? Their opinion. They can protest, and I would literally support an opinion that anybody protested if I felt it was a good protest, as long as they're not disrespecting that flag.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
And that's kind of where it's hard for me to put it into words.
Yeah.
But it's a deal that the flag affords so many freedoms and so many liberties and so many opportunities that no other country in this world provides. So show respect to that and protest all the hell you want the people that are under the flag.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you're like, okay, that flag represents your ability to effectively walk up to the President of the United States, arguably the most powerful person in the world, and disagree with him to his face.
Right.
And debate him and argue with him as a regular civilian, as we've seen with the high school kids and the junior, you know, all going up and being invited to the White House and having those discussions, those debates. They're 5 feet away from the president, talking directly to him, disagreeing with him and his policy, trying to create change.
Right.
That's awesome. Well, don't shit on the flag when you get to do that. That's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
No, I agree with you. Obviously, it's very
weird,
ironic. It's very ironic that you would insult the one thing that lets you do the one thing. It's a bit paradoxical. Is I guess the word I'm looking for. That you're kneeling or disrespecting the flag, or in some cases, people will burn the flag, which is the worst.
Yep.
Claiming that this is such a horrible country. It's like, well, what country are you allowed to do that in? And
get
totally
away
legal,
with it.
And you're in fact supported by a lot of people. Not very many.
No.
Not very
And
many.
I'll sound hypocritical a little bit because I do agree that the way the Constitution is written, you're protected to disrespect the flag.
I
It's you have the right to do it. It's just doesn't make any logical sense to me.
I don't like it. There's a lot of things I don't like.
I'm a pretty nice guy. I just want everybody to get along. Like at the end of the day, this country would be a lot better if we just got along.
Yeah.
It's I tell people all the time, it's like a marriage. My wife and I, it's her and I against the world.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. The military taught us God, country first.
Yeah.
So it should be the country, all of us, against the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and get along, encompassed in get along is debate. There is disagreement.
Yeah.
There
Healthy
is right.
disagreements.
And it's perfectly okay if you want pepperoni and you want Italian sausage.
Yeah.
I mean, you right down the middle or mix
And
it all
I
up. Who
like
gives a crap? You know.
mozzarella cheese, and other people like cheddar. It's okay.
Great.
Life goes on.
You can get pizzas in quarters now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Quarter of it this, a quarter of it that, a quarter, and then where everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Right? See?
Yeah.
That'll make me hungry.
See, I can eat my
I just want
personal
pizza.
pizza. I can eat my personal pizza and opinion, and so can you, and we can sit at the same table.
And you're still both full,
We're
fed, and
still
happy.
good.
And
Yeah. See, that's how Americans should be.
and if you want extra ingredients, you got to pay for your extra ingredients.
That's right.
See, I got to slide that in there. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Sometimes
more
we
you
have
gotta
blood,
pay
sweat,
me.
and tears.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
Get the...
Y'all just made me hungry.
That's
I'm
what
in
I-
my
well-
fasting part right now for the rest of the day, so I
Wait.
don't get to eat till tomorrow.
Wait, I thought Domino's was on his way. That's why I was talking about it. No?
So have you seen this Domino's car? Is that true where they have a car that delivers driverless? Or is that an
What?
internet hoax? Is that real?
Is that real? I saw the thing
Did you
on it,
see
but I
it?
don't know if it was real or not.
Yeah, they have like Domino's has a car that delivers auto drive. Like there's no driver. It pulls up to your house. You punch in your code. It comes out.
See, I told you, technology is well beyond what we already know it to be.
Yeah.
So
That's ridiculous.
Yes, I thought that was maybe fake, but maybe not. I guess it's real.
I thought FedEx was gonna start dropping boxes with drones. Is that not how?
It's
That
Amazon, right?
Amazon,
Did
but
they
there's
quit
some
that?
there's some airlines
technology.
issues.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would not doubt
Yeah.
that at all. I mean,
Because they've tested it. There's several cities that
How
they're testing
many
it currently,
drones
but
would that take? Because they would have
that's
to do it.
thousands.
You would have to do it from like local warehouses. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't like launch a drone from Seattle.
no,
Right.
Landed.
no.
Right.
Yeah,
Parachute it to your house.
yeah.
I mean,
It's
that would
all how
be
they do
cool
it,
as
yeah.
crap,
Yes.
but
Launch it with a Hellfire,
yeah,
and then just pop out at the end.
that would be sick.
Yeah, I'm in for that. Yeah. Give
Fall
me
on
some
my
of that.
dog.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm suing him.
I'm rich.
Dang you!
Yeah, Amazon's gonna take over the world, man.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
they're
They're on
already
it
there.
already.
Them and
They're on
Google.
it.
Yeah.
Might as
So-
well join them.
Right.
Can't beat them.
Actually, my brother-in-law works for Amazon, so
See, I already started.
I already had my in.
Yeah.
Can work
When
at
you
that
retire.
Amazon warehouse outside the city. You seen that thing? They got
Yes,
this
massive.
Amazon.
Insane.
Holy! You drove past it. Like you drive past it on I-10. That
massive.
is ridiculous. How big that thing is. That's like a little city in itself.
Yeah, it has to be.
That's crazy. It's like
Yeah.
Sugarland.
It's insane. And if you watch the videos of inside of it, it'll trip you out. How it sorts and it's all mechanical and all this stuff pushing this and there and the bottom. I'm
Oh,
like, get out.
wow.
I can't do it.
That's nuts.
I can't do it.
Do they really save money on having robots do the work over humans?
Over
Do they
time,
really?
yeah. Yeah, over time, yeah.
Over maybe what, 20, 30, 40, 50 years?
No, I think it's 2 years.
Is it only 2 years?
It's
'Cause
18 months,
How much
2
was
years.
that? Those robots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It cost tens of thousands, if not millions, to make those robots and
Right.
design them and do
Yeah.
all of this.
But
So-
I'm going to simplify it. Every month that they're used, they get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper.
Right.
Plus
So
the
where human
efficiency.
cost, every month you use a human, it becomes more and more expensive every month.
because they get bonuses.
With benefits and bonuses
Yeah.
and taxes
Benefits
and
is
all
what
of
gets
this
you.
kind of
yeah.
Because whatever you're paying a worker, double it for when you add benefits. And
Yeah.
all that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
And then plus
easily.
you got to think of the efficiency of a robot. Just,
Non-stop,
There's no breaks, no
won't-
cigarette breaks,
yeah,
no lunch
that's true.
breaks, none of all that crap.
But
So
there
you
is
gotta-
maintenance.
There is maintenance, which is where you still get some of the employee, but I mean,
Somebody's
people
gotta
have
do
to
it.
maintain it.
Until they get a robot that can do that.
And then that's
They
around
get
the
a
corner.
Robot. I'm the maintenance robot here to take care of you, little baby robot.
We know they opened up. So we talked about this a while back. The robot, what do you call it? Chicken ranch.
Oh, the sex
here.
brothel.
Sex brothel.
Here in Houston, they have
Robot
it-
sex brothel.
Robot
What?
sex. Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. It's
It's a real thing.
live and going,
What
yeah.
the heck is going on in Houston that
Yeah.
I don't know about?
It's
Apparently a lot.
That
Yeah,
is crazy.
they opened it. I don't know if it's open yet or if it's still scheduled to be open, but
I
yeah,
was thinking it was open, but
it's a robot sex brothel. And is it? Am I correct that it's not a sexually oriented business? Is that it's not considered?
There was some awkward
I thought I saw- they
classification
gave
that
it a
made
weird-
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So are the robots male and female? I don't.
I think they're pretty much
Do I
anything
even
you
wanna
want.
know?
Well, they publicize female,
Oh.
obviously, for all the obvious reasons,
Oh.
because guys like to spend money, whatever. You
Yeah.
know, so they
This
just
is
publicize
Houston,
that.
so I'm
But
sure
it's
that's
Houston.
all types are.
This is
Available.
interesting stuff.
I'm just saying, there's no telling what you're going to see if you walk through those doors. I mean, there could be Bigfoot could be there.
They might mistake me for a robot.
They might.
Put
You
you
may
to
not need to go.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
yeah, they might
this
put
is
me
Houston,
on
dog.
the-
I don't know what
Hey,
happened
where
to
you
you.
going?
dude.
Back to room 6.
Get back
Yeah.
to work.
Yeah.
What? Not on payroll.
But so tell me, some of your speaking, I'm just fascinated with when people do the public speaking, because when you see it and it gets refined, it looks like a casual story and it's not. Does that
Right.
make sense?
Yeah.
So is this something that you really, I am an ad lib guy. You give me the context,
Yeah.
I will go and I will keep somebody entertained for hours.
Yeah.
Just having the context of something.
Right.
If you give me a script, I'm done at 10 seconds. I'm out. I can't do it. I can't do the script thing. It's just not me. It's frustrating. So in that regards, when I speak and when I'm speaking in front of companies and corporations and things, I do that. It's you give me all the documents. Great. I've got it all. I can retain it. I'm good. And then I'm going to go speak to the people, do a lot of Q&A, and it's a lot of involvement is how I do it.
Right.
So the little bit I could troll from your page, like
Yeah.
it's a little more scheduled or systematic?
Only in my head.
Okay.
So, and the reason I say that is because I already know my story,
Right.
and I know the order of it.
Yeah.
But if you were to honestly, if I were to have all the videos of when and where I've told my story, not one time will it be exactly the same, because there'll be pieces that I forgot to mention during one event,
Yeah.
and then told in another event. There'll be things that I remembered that, because I also have short-term memory. So, you know, aside from getting old, which I'm not, I was blown up 3 times, so that definitely affects your memory. Where are we? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. So
Houston sex brothel. It's all good.
oh
Yeah.
crap. So I'll forget to tell certain details of my story because I forgot about those parts. And fortunately for me, I have my wife to be in the audience 90% of the time, where she's like, you forgot to say this or this. And she'll be guiding me like, oh yeah. And I'll tell people the things that I've forgotten when she reminds me to do it. So it's not always scripted, but it is telling my story in the exact order that I went through it, you know? So, because it is my life, so it's pretty easy to remember most of those details.
I'm picking questions. I just love this part of stuff, so I'm my own questions, so everybody can kind of kiss off for a minute. But do you try to modify portions of it? So if you're speaking to 3 or 4 different groups, they may be interested in 3 or 4 different areas of what you're talking about. Some could be the medical side of it. Some could be the leadership side of it. Some could be the trauma side of it. So do you try to adjust and focus on that? Or is it really, you've got your path and you're going to get this out and deal with that towards the end of it?
Most of the time I adjust to the audience. Prime example was I was honored to be able to tell my story at Camp Hope.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is here in Houston. And I was able to go over there and tell my story to a lot of the veterans that are there. And I tailored it for them specifically. Yeah. And it was quite comical, if you will, for me, because for me, I like to tell my jokes that I have during my speech. And when I would tell them, there was no laughter. So
you can insert laugh, please.
Yeah,
you know,
but it was actually really amazing for me to see that, because they weren't there to laugh. They were there to grow and shed their trauma away. Yeah. So they cried. We cried together instead of laughed together. And it was really cool.
Yeah, which is equally powerful on either side.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And I enjoyed, not necessarily like, oh yeah, I finally made them cry. No, I enjoy seeing that because I know it touched them in a way that it changed something about their life. Something that I said changed how they're going to pursue their life from this day forward.
Which is kind of the whole reason of the whole deal, but
right.
But
it depends on how they interpret it. Like I said, I'm an inspirational speaker. I'm not motivational until they're motivated.
Right.
So they could have been motivated by my laughter and my jokes and the fact that I'm living with humor even in my situation. They could have been changed by the fact that I opened up and I let go and told them a lot of deep things that I don't necessarily tell everybody, but I'll tell veterans and military brothers and sisters in arms, because they're my family. So I tell them everything about my situation, and we'll cry together, and that might change their life. Or they might just hear one song that I sing and it all clicks for them to press on strong from now on. So it's just different parts of my speaking and what I do is tailored to those groups individually. So,
and then going a little deeper subject. So taking things like psychological trauma and PTSD and PTS, now people are trying to drop the D now, and things of that nature, TBI, and that spectrum of things across the board, not just military, because we all know, I mean, trauma is trauma, and it can affect people in a lot of different ways, and I'm trying to avoid jokes of the present, or of the whole Kavanaugh thing, but there's some political stabs I want to do, but I'm not doing it, but I did it by not doing it.
Don't do it.
But in dealing with, because I mentor a lot of people, I deal with what's been labeled multiple times as severe and even beyond PTSD, and have TBI and the whole spectrum of things, and manage that. I know you have to, even if you say you don't. I know the reality of it from being there. What are some of the things that help you kind of get through those in those dark moments when you're by yourself? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because like me, it's, just a chatter to try to make it easier, because I know everybody's body temperature will go up when we start talking about this stuff. But there's all that cliche shit. Okay, well, I can bitch, moan, and kick a wall and do shit, but it's not going to change anything.
Right.
So why not just pull your pants up and go? Well, it doesn't work. You know, it really doesn't.
Right.
And that's just being honest. And I deal with that a lot of people, and myself and people who I've mentored and things of that nature coming through with it. So there isn't an easy fix. There's no, I'm just gonna get up and just do it, and I'll make my bed every morning and brush my teeth, and everything's gonna be great, which is total bullshit.
Yeah.
Which we know that. So I'm not gonna give you all my mechanics in the beginning, but are there things that you use? Do you use the music? Do you use the next event coming up? Or are there kind of tricks, I hate to say tricks, tactics, methods that you have that you kind of get through some of those things?
So I always tell people I came up with a new acronym for PTSD. You know what PTSD stands for, right?
Of course.
Everybody knows.
Yes.
But what it actually should stand for is post-traumatic successful domination. Because, like I told you before, the military taught me a motto I will never, ever forget that is drilled into my body. Never give up, never surrender.
Yeah.
There's periods after that. Why? Because it doesn't say never give up, never surrender. But if you're blown up and lose your legs and your body gets mutilated, you can go ahead and give up, because that sucks.
Yeah.
That freaking sucks.
Yeah.
No.
There's no ... after
yeah,
that.
there's. Right. It's a period, just one.
Yeah.
Because it tells us no matter what comes at us in life, we should never give up, never surrender.
Right.
Period. So that motto keeps me going.
Yeah.
My faith, I'm not a preacher, but my faith in God kept me alive, and He gave me the strength to keep going forward. And all of my soldiers that I've met at the Center for the Intrepid in Fort Sam, Houston, San Antonio, they've asked me, JP, what in the heck is different about you that you're so happy through this whole situation? Don't get me wrong. I had gone through depression. I had looked at the end of barrels multiple times.
Yeah.
I had all the drugs I could possibly ever want, because the doctors were giving them to me left and right, obviously, because of my situation. I could have done so many things, and I wanted to commit suicide multiple times. But God kept me going, and that's why I tell the soldiers, look at everything in our lives that match. Prime example, I received a home from an organization, so did they.
Yeah.
I received prosthetics through the Center for the Intrepid and learned how to walk again, so did they. I went through everything that they had gone through, but yet they're not happy and I am.
Yeah. So
what's the only difference? My faith.
Exactly.
And my faith was what got me into music. Like, no joke. I tell people this story all the time because it's the truth, and it's the only thing that reason why I'm still here is God told me to pick up a guitar.
Yeah.
I was driving around one day in an old vehicle that I used to have, and it was before I believe I got my prosthetics, and I was arguing with God, like, why the heck did you do this to me? Why did you allow this to happen? I'm never going to be able to do anything anymore. I did everything on my legs, so, like most of us.
Yeah.
Sports, music, drums, all of that stuff. And I was like, why? And finally I asked the question that should have been asked from the start. What do you want me to do from now on? What am I going to do with the rest of my life? Yeah. And literally I heard Him tell me, pick up a guitar and start music. And that song I told you about, Only a Mountain, came on my radio.
Yeah.
And that's what spoke to me. And that has given me the strength from every day forward to keep doing what I do.
Did it did a lot of those tendencies reduce when the medication started to fade off?
No. So actually I'm one of the very few people who quit cold turkey. all of my medications.
Yeah.
So I went to my doctor. And I was like, hey, you're not going to like what I'm about to tell you, but I'm done with all this medication crap. And he's like, no, you cannot do that. There will be bad side effects for you quitting all of these meds cold turkey.
Yeah.
And one of them I shouldn't have even stopped anyways because it was for blood clots. Because I had received some of that. Well, this isn't going to get me in trouble because I can do whatever I want. So I'm a Purple Heart veteran. Thanks. So I told the doctor, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And he's like, why are you doing this? Don't you want to taper off so you can at least eventually get off them? I'm like, no, I have more faith in who's watching over me.
Yeah.
And then in these medications. And the cool thing was my doctor was a believer as well. So he was like, okay, well, if that's what you believe, then go ahead. I have not been on any medications since, except for like if I've had a surgery here and there or whatever. That's different. But I am one of the few in my situation that are not on any medications at all.
Yeah, awesome.
For anything.
And I have to precurse this motherfucker. Well, because being the scientist, being a geneticist, being those things, and if I say anything that's medical related, you got to have a disclaimer.
Oh, yeah, disclaimer is I don't give a crap. No, I'm just
whatever. Yeah. So, I press really hard for people to be off of everything. Mm-hmm. And I get a lot of kickback. Now, there are situations that people need to be medicated.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. And I know a bunch.
Yeah.
And they probably need more. But there's a good batch of them that don't need anything, and that when they get off of them or when they stop them, I kind of drive the cold turkey thing. I know it's wrong, but every person that's done the cold turkey thing, sometimes it sucks for 2 or 3 days, but then it's just bam, it's just better.
Yeah.
I'll get phone calls, I'll get text messages like, dude, I slept 4 hours instead of 1.5. Like, crap, I can remember shit now. I start to get those types of messages, which is awesome. So that's just like anytime I always hear people that are in those situations or face suicide or face depression or face any of these dark things, and then watch those meds go away and watch, not that depression goes away, not that the suicidal tendencies vacate forever. That's not necessarily the reality of what we deal with, but just knowing that it gets better is amazing.
Right.
Yeah. So that's cool.
And that's the thing. Like, you have to have the trust that if I'm going to do this, I still have to do the work to make sure I stay right. Yeah. Mentally and phically. And I stayed going to the gym.
You bench 315, man. I'm just saying.
Exactly. As a double amputee, there's other warriors out there. We've all seen them that are hitting the gym, doing these crazy, awesome death marches and all this crazy nonsense. That's too much for me. I'm all right with that. I'll just stay on a stage. With
I like air conditioning, and it's cool, man. Yeah, I'm good with you. Yeah,
that's the thing. You have to stay active and focused, and it'll keep your mind clear and free of those thoughts, and your body free of getting crappy.
Yeah,
and going back into the physical junk that we were dealing with before, and a prime example of why I stay going to the gym is because I had a friend of mine, who I won't mention, but I had a friend of mine who all I did was go on vacation. After they gave me my prosthetics, they gave us 30 days of convalescent leave or whatever.
Convalescent, yeah.
So they gave me that 30 days. I went up back to Wisconsin to see my family, came back home. I did not recognize this dude. He was like, we were almost the same size.
This was just a month.
1 month.
Wow.
1 month later, the medications he was on, the fact that he gave up and didn't want to use his prosthetics and stuff, it was devastating for me to see that for him.
Yeah.
But it motivated the heck out of me. I was like, shoot, I'm not going to be in that situation. Because if all of the taxpayers are blessing me with the ability to even walk on prosthetics, because this is taxpayer money.
Yeah.
So if they're giving me that ability, then I'm going to give them in return the ability to walk and live this life to the fullest, because they're helping me do it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. And total side. Was it Helping a Hero that you worked with?
Helping a Hero is the organization.
Yeah. So I know Meredith and Chuck Janess and all those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've known Chuck for
Chuck is yeah.
Ages.
I haven't seen that guy in forever.
Big tuna, man.
I need to. Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah, he is 6'3",
But then again,
6'4".
everybody's bigger than me here in Texas, so.
Not me.
Not me.
I'm a little guy.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I can actually change my height whenever I want. So.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
you got me beat. You totally got me beat.
You're finally taller than somebody. That's an
How tall are
adult.
you?
5'7".
Oh, that's how tall I am.
I mean, I might be stretching a couple centimeters in there.
But I'll come back next week.
Air Force told me I was 5'7".
See, you'll pop it up.
I'm an inch taller.
Yeah.
No, Air Force told me I was 5'7", and I have stuck to that. I have never let that go.
They don't even. They're drunk when they measure you in the Air Force.
Doesn't matter.
They're like, I love
It was
you.
written on a document and blessed by the Department of Defense.
What it really is they're sitting down so they seem taller.
I don't care. It says 5'7", so I'm stuck to 5. I've never let that go ever.
You want to know what the most embarrassing thing is? Going to the DMV for me. They're like, how tall are you? Well, which part of me exactly are you asking about?
That could get messy, yeah.
Yeah, they're embarrassed after that because I'm like, do you want with prosthetics or without prosthetics? Because if I'm without prosthetics, I'm a midget. If I'm with prosthetics, I'm average, 5'7".
Okay, so I have a gym challenge for you. All right.
Okay, go
you ready
for
for
it.
this? Just because you posted the
Done. I already
bench in
beat it right
315, okay? So I worked with a guy, Michael Ebler.
Okay.
He served, but he wasn't wounded in service, but he wound up being paralyzed from navel down, okay?
Dang.
But that wasn't service related. It was all after because he raced Porsches and, sometimes you crash and sometimes shit happens.
Yes.
So
Very true.
worked with him for a while. He benched 365.
That's it?
You're like,
I'm just saying. 365.
But how tall is he?
Mother, with the 3'2" without his stuff. I don't know.
So he's paralyzed. He's in a chair.
Yeah, he's in a chair
The entire time.
and the entire time, and nothing down. Like he's got to stay cast and the whole thing. So So it's right about navel down.
Okay.
Toast, and still races Porsches.
Nice. That's awesome.
Fucking
I
crazy.
had a question.
Watching
If
him
he's
with the
benching,
hand things.
Does he have to lay on a completely flat surface? He can't sit lay on a regular bench when he's doing his bench press.
No,
No,
put him on the bench.
He lays on a
bench.
regular bench.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just
Well, I mean, without
he
any.
will over, boom, and lay back. He just has
How
no
is his
support.
navel down?
Yeah, there's just no.
Because sometimes you need that little press.
I mean, even if you lay down on the bench and put your legs up, you still have that. Your legs still help you.
Yeah.
Your glutes still
Well,
help you.
someone-
Well,
Speak for yourself,
He's like,
sir.
yeah.
No.
But so your glutes engage and stuff still help you
Yeah.
balance. Dude just
Yeah.
has none of that and got 365 for 2.
That's how I had to
I
do
was like,
all of my benching.
Yeah.
Is I lay my prosthetics flat and on the ground like when you normally bench, my legs look like that. My prosthetics look like that.
Okay.
But because I don't have like the stability right there with my legs, I am all abs and up doing the bench, and it's intense.
You talk about like a lot of the organizations that help out wounded veterans. And have you ever heard of WeDefy?
No.
So this is a jiu-jitsu thing, so I'm gonna start selling you a little bit of jiu-jitsu 'cause it's my passion. And our gym is actually run by a veteran. We have a lot of veterans associated with our gym.
Cool.
And we have something specifically called WeDefy, and it's specifically for wounded veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is it's if you qualify, which obviously you would, they actually fund training for veterans to train jiu-jitsu for free.
Nice.
And it's the money is raised for it, goes to people who qualified for it, pays for all their jiu-jitsu training, pays for private training, pays for if they go compete. We've got quite a few guys that compete, amputees
awesome.
as well. So I don't know if you're interested in something like that.
Yeah, is that just here in Houston?
No,
or?
that's
No,
nationwide.
Dang,
Yeah,
sweet.
and actually, the guy that runs my academy is my professor. He's actually president of WeDefy right now.
Okay.
And Texas
Yeah, I
obviously
tagged
has
him
a
on
strong.
the
On
the
our
post.
post?
both the posts.
Yeah,
Okay.
Texas has a very strong presence with WeDefy because there's so many veterans in Texas.
Oh yeah, of course.
But it's nationwide. Like they go. Brian just came back from Atlanta, but he's been up to Connecticut, California, freaking Minnesota
Nice.
with WeDefy stuff. So I don't know if it's something you'd be interested in.
Oh yeah, of
but
course.
jiu-jitsu, I mean, like amputee, no amputee doesn't matter. You can still train.
Yeah.
And this might be something you really bite into and like.
The funny thing is, I forget a lot of the terms because I've forgotten a lot of stuff. I have to wear a name tag just to remind me of my name sometimes. But The cool thing, when I woke up from my coma, my soldiers were all hitting me up on social media and stuff saying, hey, we're praying for you. Hope everything's going well. We remember the good times with you and this and that. And some of my soldiers were reminding me, they're like, man, we couldn't believe it was you that was hit and lost your legs. You were training us. I was training them MMA.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And in Afghanistan, in our FOB, we had the previous unit built a boxing ring.
Oh,
and
nice.
I was like, this is going to be sweet. So, of course, you can order anything online, and, of course, it'll come to Afghanistan if it gets there, you know, eventually, three months later.
Yeah.
So I ordered a crap ton of boxing gloves and MMA gloves and different punching mats and everything you can imagine. And I handmade a wooden dummy.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So it was sick. We were training like pretty much after mission every day on a regular basis. And they would remind me, oh, man, do you still do that? I'm like, what? I just woke up from a coma. Do you think I still do that?
You're like, of
Are you
course.
kidding me
Yeah.
right now?
Yesterday.
Yeah,
But the,
you know.
yeah.
But, yeah, so I would love to get
You
back
should
into
try.
that.
A friend of mine, his name is Joey Boston. I always say his last name wrong. Bostic, up in Dallas. He's a triple amputee.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Weak.
He had a ID and a Humvee, and he competes. He actually won a match not that long ago. He's a blue belt now. He tapped me. We were rolling around. I was messing around with him. He caught me with a. He's brutal. He caught me with a type of ankle lock. I was like, you little son of a bitch.
Yeah, I love the
Nice.
ankle
But
lock.
yeah, he's a great example because he just and he's a big part of We Defy.
Do you know TJ?
TJ,
I think Garza or something like that.
No,
or
not
Garcia
offhand.
or something.
maybe if I saw a picture, I'm
Yeah.
bad. As for a cop, I'm terrible.
He's a
at names.
double amputee as well. He's
Okay.
from.
He's competing and training.
Well, I think he trains. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think.
There's a lot of guys out there, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
tell you, I know the ones like Joey, and we've got one in ours. He's not an amputee; he's more PTSD related. Man, they just like jujitsu is like just something about it. It takes a
Oh,
hold
yeah.
of them. It gets
Oh,
like
yeah.
that focus, and they just dive right into it, and
Yeah.
does good things.
And
for
be
'em.
real careful with that little term they use called free. Yeah, it's no money. It's not
Well, you
free.
always pay. If you've been
You're
training
gonna
MMA,
pay.
You know,
Yeah.
there's always a price to pay on the mat.
On the mat.
Always a price
There's
to
always
pay.
a
on the
price to
mat.
pay. But no, I'll get you that info, man. I
Yeah,
think
that'd be
in San Antonio, I don't know if we have any affiliated gyms in San Antonio. I'm sure we do. We Defy is huge. It's really
What part of
grown.
San Antonio?
Well, we live north. We live in the Canyon Lake area.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, but we're in San Antonio.
Yeah.
all
I
the
think there's a
time.
Henzo in Live Oak,
In San
Live Oak
Antonio?
is north.
northeast, northwest.
I don't know if they're a We Defy affiliate, but they probably
Yeah.
are. Everybody's jumping on. Like Henzo Gracie himself jumped on the bandwagon,
So that'd be helpful.
and so
Who?
I'm Henzo Gracie,
Like the Gracie.
the Henzo Gracie,
Yeah.
up in New Jersey.
I heard he's known or something. Somebody knows him or something.
Some
like that.
couple people.
Yeah, a
He's
few
been,
people.
he's been
know
heard
him.
of. You might have
Nah,
seen.
that's
You might have
awesome.
seen him around.
Who's that? You know who you should get is Jay Wyatt. Jay White. Is that his name?
Jay White?
JJ.
Jay White. No, not the football. The fighter. But he's now an actor as well.
Oh
Um,
crap! Is that his name? I know.
Jay
I can see the
White
face, but name.
something.
I'm out
You know who
on
I'm
the
talking
name.
about,
I
right?
think I know who you're
I know
talking
exactly
about.
That dude
about.
is.
Yeah.
He was in what's those movies? He was in a couple movies that
Yeah,
are just
I think I know who you're talking about.
sick.
Throwing some ridiculous.
But he's a real martial artist.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. A lot of those guys are. Wesley Snipes is a real martial artist.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys are. You remember when Wesley Snipes was supposed to fight Joe Rogan? Did you hear about that?
Oh crap!
Did you
I
ever hear
remember
about that?
that.
So there was like a little
Dang,
thing,
Yeah.
and there was somehow it got brought up. You know, people troll stuff, and they brought because Joe Rogan's a lifelong martial artist. He's got Taekwondo black belt, Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's all this stuff, and so somehow it got brought up about him and Wesley Snipes
Yeah.
fighting, and Wesley Snipes was down for it. Right, he didn't know anything about Joe Rogan at the time, and this was a few years back, and so I guess Wesley Snipes doesn't do any type of wrestling or jiu-jitsu. He just does the traditional.
Boxer.
I don't know what he does, what type of martial art he trains, maybe
Oh.
Kyokushin or something like that.
Yeah.
Based on his way he moves.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm not.
But
totally sure.
I guess he found out, oh no, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and then Wesley Snipes
Nope.
pulled right back out of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I got this some
Yeah.
movie roles I got to take care of.
Yeah. Right.
I'm busy, sorry. But,
That's funny.
Yeah, they were talking about a little celebrity match. I would have loved to have seen that.
I would have loved to see was it Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris or whatever?
Oh, back in the day. Yeah, that would have been.
Dude, I would have loved to have been
I would've-
there.
Yeah, that was a great fight scene.
Yeah.
Probably the best fight scene I think I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
And
Most
they were,
entertaining.
I watched the behind the scenes of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
And
seen
they
a lot
were
of that
like
too.
legit training, like,
Well, I think
Yeah.
Chuck Norris
Chuck was-
legitimately he had his arm broken
yeah.
with a kick. I think it was a kick. That Bruce
Oh, I
Lee
wouldn't
broke
doubt
arm
it.
with.
His
I
kicks
don't
are-
remember that, but I know it broke his
think it
arm.
was
But
a
I don't
kick.
remember.
I think
yeah.
it was a kick because it's easy to break an arm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Checking
Oh,
the
I
kick.
know.
Yeah, so I
broke
think he broke his arm for legit during that filming that scene, and Chuck kept going. He's like, no, let's keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
He just kept doing the scene. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
too. I think Bruce Lee would have took that.
I believe
Oh,
so.
easily.
Yeah, Bruce Lee was.
He's good, but Chuck was good, but Bruce is just
another level.
I would like to
Another
see
universe.
that mind, Bruce Lee's mind, and how he could observe and adapt to various martial arts today.
I think he would still whoop Eric because
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like
his-
his ability to see that and to adapt and to mold things around and identify weaknesses and train around them and get repetitive on it and do things. It just
of
would.
course,
I'd
Well, he
like to
was
see that mind today.
obsessed.
Yeah.
He was obsessed.
yeah, he made his own.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if he could watch everyone and be like, okay, I'm gonna perfect all of this and then kick all of your butts, like anybody, he would do the same thing now.
At what, like 103 pounds wet?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like a
look, you got
$1.30
Mighty
or-
Mouse. Maybe you got
Yeah.
someone to keep up with Mighty Mouse's speed.
Just
Dude, I don't know. You know, I think he saw this coming. Like he saw where we're at now.
Yeah.
I think Bruce Lee saw
Yeah.
MMA as it is now was just because he was already experimenting grappling. He was doing stuff with a judo. What's his name? Old school judo guy, catch wrestler guy.
I know you're talking about.
He was working on. He was starting to learn a little bit
Yeah.
about jujitsu. You saw him. He was peeking into that. Wrestling. He was huge. He loved wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Western style boxing. Just he really saw it. He's
Yeah.
like, this
Yeah.
is where we need to be going. And yeah, it would have been awesome to see. I mean, it's such a bummer. Him losing some of these guys early just sucks.
yeah,
I've been to his gravesite in Seattle, which is really cool. And he's got his son buried right next to him.
yeah, that's
And you would think it would be like swarmed with people, but no, it's just in a cemetery, just like anybody else. You can just, but I mean, people walk up, to see it.
yeah.
Stuff is
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
yeah, it'd be interesting, but I'd rather see his movies and his
Yeah.
stuff than
Yeah.
his grave. You know,
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like
depressing.
almost because as a little kid, I mean, I guess maybe all of us, as a little kid, you're watching. Like everybody wants to be Bruce Lee,
Oh, of course,
right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
man, you go to his grave.
He was one of my role models. growing
Yeah,
up.
right. Me
Yes.
too. I love Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
But anyway,
His
I don't know.
speech
It
was
would
the
it
whole
would have been
thing.
great. It would have
Oh,
been.
yeah.
Everybody talks about that. That would have been so much fun to see what he would have
Man.
turned into and developed into.
Yeah.
It'd have been crazy. If I guess this was kind of a stab on the Bruce Lee legacy, I guess. If he didn't stick so firm to the honor code of martial arts, he would have developed what we now call MMA.
I think he was
To
already
the
on the
fullest
path.
he was headed that direction,
so.
Yeah.
but I think there were certain things he didn't quite cross and do,
Yeah.
and with JKD that he just stuck to those traditions.
Yeah.
And if he would have let that go just a little bit,
Yeah.
we would be a decade and a half ahead of where we are now.
Maybe so. I think.
Yeah.
It was probably his wife that told him,
See?
hey, be nice.
Those women
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time,
just
that
be
always holding you
nice.
back.
just always holding everybody back.
Should have
From
been at the
beating
gym
people to
training
the pole.
instead.
Don't go to the gym. We have to
Stay
go
home
to
today,
family.
please.
No, I got to
Gotta
study.
go
No.
get groceries.
Stay home
See?
today.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
man.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for grocery shopping, we'd be much further in life.
Can Amazon do something about that?
They're
They
trying.
probably
They're
would.
trying. They're working on it.
Or Walmart, one of the two.
One of the two, yeah. They're going to be.
Shoot.
That's going to be a good competition. I mean, that's
Yeah.
totally off the subject, but
Oh, yeah.
Amazon and
We
Walmart
do
are gonna go
HEB
at it.
curbside.
yeah.
Heck yeah, I love
Have you
that.
tried?
thing,
Are they,
man.
I'm worried about doing it. I'm worried that they're not going to get it right.
They're really
Dude,
I'm
good
gonna
about
get
it.
home.
They're
and-
pretty good about it, bro.
They're pretty good? I can
yeah,
just give it a shot.
I'm not lazy, but if the last thing I want to do is go grocery shopping, walking and wasting my battery life on my prosthetics and
Right.
for food when I could just go right to the curb and
Mhm.
they put it in
And
my
you're
truck.
good.
I gotta
Yeah.
give it a shot. Have you tried it?
No.
I just don't trust. I don't trust people.
I don't- yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a trust issue with
We
people.
do the
Very
whole
true.
stupid the app and get discount thing in the store, and so you've got to be in there and scan, so you're stuck.
Yeah.
Man. We got to go in.
Yeah, you
That's
think they
true.
would be able to like do that through the app?
But I
don't know.
watched them do the curbside thing.
Yeah.
They are meticulous. Like when they go through produce, I mean, they're they don't want to give you bad stuff because they want you to continue that service.
That's true. If they don't have it, they'll find something to replace it. So they just won't come to you empty-handed.
Yeah.
They're legit.
They're good, man.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot. I'll take your word for it.
Dude, at least once. You gotta do just once.
I just don't trust
It's
it.
like Vicodin.
baby.
I tried one.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey,
I've tried it before. I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I mean, from the surgery.
Yeah, of course. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So what's next? I mean, you mentioned your book a little bit. Working on a book.
Yeah, I'm excited about the book. It's called Walking Again.
Okay.
So cute little title there.
It
you know.
fits.
Title, I like
it fits.
I like it.
Yeah.
It
So I believe my wife came up with it, if I remember correctly. I don't remember anything, so I don't remember
of course.
correctly. So
we'll just give her the credit.
yeah, just give her all the credit for
Yeah.
whatever I do in life. So we came up with that title. We're working on it right now, and we have some friends and people that we know that want to eventually make it into a movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that I do have pretty unique story of being the only double amputee recording artist in the world, and currently, of course.
Yeah.
And going through everything that I've gone through to get to the point where I'm at, and I'm still growing.
Yeah.
I'm still working hard on building my music career and going where I know I see myself. And it's not all necessarily about... One of my favorite artists is Bruno Mars, and he has a song called Billionaire. I don't care about becoming a billionaire necessarily, although I will sing that song. But it's about impacting 1 billion lives if I can.
Yeah.
And having a good time on stage with thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, and just enjoying life together no matter what our circumstances are.
Yeah.
That's where... So my wife and I have this thing where we don't necessarily count the dollars that are coming in when I perform in Suite. We actually count the people that are at each event. Yeah. And we want to... I have already hit, I think, over 500,000 people.
Oh, nice.
And I want to do 1 million by 2020 and continue going to the millions.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so that's the number we look at, which is really fun. So
Yeah.
I like that thought of how many people are we reaching.
yeah,
That's a really cool way to do it.
Because even if it doesn't bring in the bills, I still technically am getting my VA check, so I can still pay my bills.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really affect my life necessarily, but I can impact their life
Right.
by telling them my story and having a good time with them and showing them, oh shoot, if I ever go through a situation, or maybe I am going through a situation now, that if that dude can get over it and get past it and move on and be stronger for it, I can too.
Yeah.
So I don't know did you hear that I actually went back to Afghanistan?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes. So
Oh, shit.
yeah.
When did you go?
April.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So that was the coolest experience ever, because it not only gave myself that release that I needed. I let a lot of anger go from my deployment.
Yeah.
I got to go back, and it's called Proper Exit.
Mhm.
And I believe the organization is Faraday's Troops First. That organization takes us over there.
Yeah.
Great organization, great group of dudes. And they brought me over there. I was able to see the hospital that I was in a coma in, where I laid. They specifically showed me where I was blown up, all of these different things. It was amazing.
So you went through the whole process.
The whole thing.
Oh, wow.
Everything that I didn't remember.
Yeah.
And because when I was blown up, everything I did remember was up to the time where I fell into a coma after they got me out of the truck.
Okay.
Otherwise, everything was empty.
Yeah.
So I went back there to prove to myself that not only am I fearless and I'm not afraid of anything in this world, but I can go back to where that trauma happened and be like, nice try.
Yeah.
And I did. I brought my favorite shirt, which says "Nice try, Taliban."
Yeah.
And
saw
I
that,
brought
yeah.
it to Afghanistan, and I came back home, and I've been able to tell people that not only can they move on and be stronger through what life has gone or given them, the cards that they have been given, they can be stronger and look back. A lot of us don't like to look back and be like, oh man, that was a horrible time and that was a horrible moment. Well, not for me.
Yeah.
I was blown up, but I can look back at it and be like, they sucked at their job. They tried to take me out. The devil, everybody, anyone negative in my life tried to take me out at that moment. And they all failed.
Yeah.
Because they suck at life and their job. And I'm stronger.
Yeah.
And I'm going to press on. And that's my mentality. So that's what I love telling people is don't be so down on yourself and hard and weak-minded to the point where you let everyone else in life bring you down and disable you from doing the things in your life that you want to or you know you can do or the goals you can achieve. Because doctors were telling me all sorts of crap.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. And I love doctors. Don't get me wrong. I'm not downing them at all. But they told me I wasn't going to walk again because my legs were so badly destroyed and bruised. Or not bruised, melted, burned. And I was not going to be able to sing or talk properly because I had a tracheotomy.
Yeah.
They said that they told my parents that I was going to be mentally messed up because of how much damage my brain had received while I was in a coma and stuff. And I have beaten all of those odds.
Yeah.
So nobody can tell me they can't get through what they're going through in their life. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And that's partially what my book's going to have in it.
Yeah.
About walking again, because it's not just my story about walking again. It's about all of us walking again after everything we've gone through.
Yeah, the journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about my book because it has the perspective of my commander, my medic. So it's not just my side of the story. It's all of them too.
Yeah. Now, did you, I guess, go to them for that?
Yeah.
So
I asked them. I was like, hey, you guys want to be a part of my book and write your perspective, how that day went for them. And it's really cool because I got to read all of that and, of course, be extremely emotional knowing like all these other things that were happening while I was being blown up. So, but it was a blast, you know.
Yeah. No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Or maybe intended. I'm not really sure.
Completely intended.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not really sure that one. When you went back, did it spark anything?
No.
Totally.
I was
to
extremely head held high.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only time that it got emotional for me was in the hospital where I knew I died.
Yeah.
At one point in time.
Yeah.
And that was pretty emotional for me. But I actually had the opportunity to turn it around. And a lot of people don't know what's going on over there anymore because the media doesn't think it's
it's not click-worthy right now.
Yeah, it's not. But it honestly is.
Yeah.
Afghanistan has had an Air Force for the last 3 years. I'm so freaking proud of them right now.
Yeah.
They have taken the fight in their own hands. We're not doing anything except for clearing routes.
Yeah.
Everything else is training.
Yeah.
And assisting. They're doing it all by themselves now.
Which is amazing.
And smoking way less weed. I'm so proud of them for doing all of that. And I got to be over there to see all of that. And that was a big honor of going back.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about being in the hospital where I was able to not only see where I once laid down and was possibly not coming home alive, there were 2 Afghani soldiers there that were wounded. One of them was an amputee and one was just blown up and shot at or something else. And they had a interpreter there, and I got to inspire them.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And the most honoring thing was them crying, but at the same time thanking me for my service and my sacrifice for their country. That was awesome.
Effectively their freedoms.
Yeah. It was amazing. And that's the kind of stuff people are not going to see on the news.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And it was just an incredible experience to go back there. And I haven't told a lot of people because I keep forgetting, but probably because it is about me and I don't really care to talk about myself that much. I actually try and have all of my friends and family talk me up about to everyone else. I mean, so I don't have to do it because I don't like doing it. Otherwise, people think I'm cocky.
Let them think it.
Eh,
What are they gonna do?
I'm happy, not cocky.
Yeah, there you go.
But so when I was over there, I had told my story. I don't know if you know a lot of the details of my story, but my RG31 was the very first one ever penetrated by an IED.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ever.
Okay. Yeah.
So I found out from the designers of those trucks. One of the guys came over to talk to me. He said, "Sir, I just wanted to let you know before you leave that because of your blast, and we thank you for your sacrifice and service and everything, but I had to let you know that because of what you went through, we redesigned the trucks stronger and more powerful and able to handle the blast that no truck has ever been penetrated by an IED since
Nice. Yeah.
that design." Now, of course, since the blast, my blast, yes, they have, because they didn't redesign them right away.
Right.
But they redesigned the trucks and they haven't been penetrated.
Nice.
The
yeah.
new trucks, and it helped us win the war over there.
Yeah.
And I was like, that I cried, like, because I only thought that I saved a bunch of soldiers' lives, but that blast specifically was more important than I even knew.
Yeah.
And it was
I mean,
pretty
it's going to affect a
honoring.
lot more lives than you'll ever understand. But
Yeah. More so the Afghani lives than
Yeah.
our troops, because we're not doing much over there anymore, which is awesome. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. Really cool.
Yeah. So you excited for tomorrow?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a few songs that I'm going to be doing, and I get to tell my story in its entirety, which is awesome. I love those moments. There's opportunities that people will bring me out and they'll be like, "All right, you got 5 minutes." What? I got 5 minutes
can't
to
do
tell
that
a
stuff,
year-long story? No.
Yeah. You're like, no.
Yeah, good luck with that. No. So I was blowed up. Okay, bye. See y'all later. Take care. Hope you have a great day.
You're like, yeah. Well, that's about 5 minutes by the
Yeah,
time you
for
get up there and
real.
intro and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny.
Did you bring the shirt in here?
Oh, I
think I left it out.
found
Did we leave them on the couch?
We
think so.
did.
You want her to grab it?
Yeah,
You want
we
to go
just-
grab one? Yeah.
Yeah, so I enjoy the longer sessions where I do get to describe my story in detail, and I
Yeah.
have some cool props that I'll get to bring if y'all are out there. I have the remaining piece of my rifle
Oh, wow.
that
Yeah.
was in my blast with me on my side, and I also have a metal, what do you call it, rod that was on my femur. After I was blown up, my femur snapped in half.
Oh.
And so they rotted it.
Yeah.
And I have that rod.
Wow.
And there's a cool story behind that rod too. So
Kid. Did your XO keep the rifle piece, or how'd that?
yeah, he
Okay,
did.
yeah.
And it was hilarious because if I could go back in time for any moment, it would be this moment in particular. They actually had their welcome home ceremony. So my unit came back home, and they invited me, obviously.
Yeah.
And I had to come from the hospital to do it. I was not in prosthetics. I didn't have my forefront teeth because those were knocked out. I was all jacked up, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in my wheelchair rolling around. Everybody's saying hi, but I'm keeping kind of quiet and down low and everything. And I wish I could go back because the commander, he surprised me by saying, "Hey, you all know that Lane was hit in Afghanistan while we were there, blah, blah, blah," telling a little bit of my story. I would like to invite him up to say a few words because we have a gift for him.
Yeah.
And so I rolled up there like all shy and what's going on, really?
Yeah.
And I didn't know until my soldiers told me after, but they told me, "Dude, we thought you were going to be retarded, like straight up, like mental, and we thought you were going to be jacked up." And I was like, dang it, if I would go back, I would have been like,
You're like,
I would have started just
it'd be like, "Dah!"
yeah, just the funniest messed up person I could probably pretend to be. I wish I could go back. And
hey,
then-
all we need is a DeLorean.
yeah,
we just need the
DeLorean.
DeLorean, we're good.
Hey, when you get it, let me know.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go back and fix that real nice.
But
it all comes back. It all comes back to the future.
I'll bring you guys for that. I'll have to call you guys for that moment so you could attend.
Yeah, I'll drive.
Yeah,
I'll record it.
I'll drive. Yeah, that's
you
true.
drive.
I'll be
yeah.
driving.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
But
I'll be the somebody's got to feed the fuel line.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I'll have some nachos before, and
That's
then
true.
we're good to go for the for the trip.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, you get a little potty humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah, and then they presented my remaining piece of my rifle.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty sweet. I have the full bolt. I could technically reuse it if I wanted, but it's sentimental.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine just told me that I should get it Cerakoted and have nice tri put on it. And I'm like,
Why
you know,
not?
I might
What a
actually.
great idea.
Yeah, I know.
What
I
a
think
great idea.
I'm gonna put that on there actually, probably.
Yeah, I
So,
like
Yeah.
that a lot.
yeah.
That'd be very cool. Then you could frame it.
Yep.
A little shadow box it
There
and
you
do the
go.
whole. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my
Yeah,
wife
so the nice
has
try.
This,
So we gotta tell everybody the nice try part is trademarked.
this is it's
Right.
trademark. Can't take it. Haha. It's all ours. But nice try. My dad actually. I was doing American Idol in California quite a few years ago already. After I was hurt though.
Very nice.
And he told me to come up with an idea to make a shirt that said like "Nice try Afghanistan, nice try." I was like, "No, nice try Taliban would be perfect."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Afghanistan, they got good people there. You know,
Yeah.
they're just trying to live their lives. And I was like, "Yeah, we'll make a shirt that says "Nice try Taliban." So I made it instantly. In California, they have these like little side shops that
Yeah.
you can walk in. They'll make your shirt right there in 10 minutes. So I put it on, and what do you know? Two dudes with turbans or whatever you call them walk past, and they're giving me the dirtiest look ever. I'm like, oh, I got so fired up.
That's. Yeah.
But it all started from that moment.
Yeah,
Was the
pretty
Nice
good.
Try brand, and we took that idea, and Crystal came up with we should help people with the brand.
Yeah.
And so when the hurricane hit Houston, we immediately made Nice Try Harvey shirts.
It's perfect.
And we sold them for 100% profit, giving back to the victims, and
Yeah.
it was awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And so we still have some shirts left. We wanted to give a couple to you guys and
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
have you rock those. And
Yeah. It's awesome.
honestly,
Thank
I
you.
mean, it's not just people that I won't let bring me down. It's anything in life.
Yeah.
And sometimes even it could be a hurricane that takes everything from people that, oh, now what?
Yeah.
And they go into depression, they go to suicidal thoughts, and no, don't let it. It was just an earthly thing that happened. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're still breathing, you're still walking, you're still doing what you want to do. You can press on.
Yeah.
So you need to just look it in the face and say, nice try. So,
I like that.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
It is.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we hit it, brother. You got anything you want to tell everybody before we close it out?
We're working on our website. So we'll
And
have
pizza
that.
will be here in 20 minutes.
Pizza will be here in 20
Yes, sir.
minutes. I wish our website was here in 20 minutes, but that'll
luck.
probably be done at the end of the month, actually. But if everybody followed me on Facebook, anyways, that just finding JP Lane, I'll be able to. We post stuff on there all the time. So when our website's done, we'll post that on there, and all of our merchandise and stuff that'll all be on there.
Yeah.
But
And on the social, everything is / JP Lane. Or is JP Lane LLC on one of them?
that's the
Instagram.
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
But-
a new one, but
Yeah. If you just Google JP Lane,
Yeah.
it's really easy actually to find.
thank you,
me.
Google.
Thank you, Google.
Right.
The Google. But no, the last thing I want to say to everybody is don't let people, things, or anything in life that tries to bring you down do it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're humans. We're alive because we're the strongest on this planet. I mean, there's other animals that are becoming extinct that we
Yeah.
thought were tough animals, but we're still here conquering everything we can in life, and we should keep that mindset of never give up, never surrender,
Mhm.
no matter what, and help your neighbor.
Yeah.
Stop being all about ourselves and be about others, and maybe you might get what you want in life.
It makes it a little easier.
Yeah. I know for a fact that when we go feed the homeless in San Antonio on Saturday nights when we're in town, I'm a heck of a lot happier and a nicer guy the following day.
Yeah.
instead of, I'm going to go spend my own money for myself.
See, watching a Cowboys game or
Watch-
something.
No, I'm not saying you
Why
can't
guilty
do that
of
ever,
watching my Cowboys.
but help others out.
Yeah.
You know, the military, you will know this 100%. We signed that dotted line to serve and protect this country, correct?
Absolutely.
So if I'm still alive, even though I've been blown up, lost 2 legs and all that stuff, if I'm still breathing, I didn't end that contract.
Yeah, you were not de-oathed.
Yeah. So
Right.
I'm still here doing exactly what I signed up to do, which is serve this American country and the American people and bring hope to them every way that I can. And I'm going to do that till the day I die.
I love it.
So,
And more. And we're all going to go take your truck around in the water and make a big mess of it.
hey, that's fine. It'll clean up.
That's a
Yeah.
beautiful truck, actually.
It
I
is
like,
pretty
I like that
sick.
little. I like what you did with it. Looks really good.
Hey, I have to give props. Tim Duncan,
Uh-huh.
his shop, Blackjack Speed Shop
No,
in San
yeah,
Antonio.
yeah.
They did it.
It looks
Nice.
good.
They did my truck,
Looks real
so
good.
it's pretty cool. They put my name on the back of my truck. It's a American flag all the way wrapped around. They have the fallen soldier emblem on the left, the purple heart on the right. I am honored to be driving this beast
Yeah.
around like every single time.
It's nice. I pulled up. I was like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
that is nice."
I didn't necessarily want them to put my name on it, but they did just. And his point was nice because he wanted to know or let everyone know who's driving around
Mhm.
and where I am. So if I'm at a speaking engagement, if I'm at wherever performing and stuff, that's people know I'm
see
there.
it. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but now everyone knows when I cut them off or when I'm speeding.
What if I hit
Just-
the red light?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, yeah, it can go both ways.
I started getting
but-
tickets mailed to me. No, I didn't catch you, but we saw you.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
You can't get away. It's your name.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did.
You just need the little. They have the little thing that's just a little suction cup that goes on the back window, and it's just a little flat little plastic hand. Ding, ding. It's it. That's
Yeah.
all you got. It's
That's
simple
true.
as that.
That's true.
You know.
Or I could
You can
have
put nice
those-
try across the front of it.
Nice try.
Nice try.
That would be messed up. I always wanted those license plates that
Oh,
flipped.
James
so
Bond.
yeah, James
Yeah,
Bond
yeah,
crap.
yeah.
Like where I had 4 different license plates
Yeah.
under. Yeah.
Hit the tolls.
We might
Oh,
could do. We might
that's-
could do that. Well, we
yeah.
can now see, but now we got the decoration on the truck to get around.
Yeah, exactly. With my name still on it. So
We may
either
have to
way-
work on that one.
Either way, I'd be screwed.
Yeah, you're kind of screwed
You
now.
just got to follow. You just got to obey the rules of the road, sir.
But I have literally 2 lead feet.
You literally
So
do. That's
I'm
true.
like,
Sir,
I
have a
think
nice
they
foot.
may not be lead.
well, titanium. Whatever.
Okay,
I
so
don't know.
they're heavier.
heavy.
They're heavy.
They're
yeah,
heavy.
see, they're heavy.
I
Yeah.
got away with a ticket once doing
No
that.
shit.
I have 2 lead feet, sir. They're like, what? And I lifted up one of my prospects. He's like, you have a great day, sir.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, come on, man.
No, it's
Oh,
true.
I
Look
have-
at the controls with it.
I have some good stories. when
People
it
that got
comes to
sticky
tickets.
fingers.
I would. Yeah, I would. Wait, have a nice day. You don't need to pay a fine. You're
I
good.
just
You
want
paid
to
your
say
fine.
thank you, officers who don't
Yeah.
mess with me. I love you guys.
Has any officers messed with you?
Yes, actually, one did not give a crap that I was a double
Must have been a
amputee
trooper.
with Purple Heart plate.
Must have been a trooper.
Yeah, actually, he was a trooper.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
that's
He
it.
was.
Nailed
I
it.
was a little disappointed.
No, don't expect too much from those guys.
And my brother is a cop. So he messed with both of us and still didn't give a crap.
Oh,
So I was
penis
like,
So
and
was
teeth.
your brother with you?
Yeah.
Oh my!
We were both
God.
in the vehicle together, and I was like, are you kidding me
That's
right
highway
now?
patrol for you.
My brother was furious.
That's highway
Yeah.
patrol. I'd say I just look. I have friends who are highway patrol, but they know.
They
They know what's
It doesn't
going
hurt
on.
to be nice. We were just talking about it earlier. Just be nice,
Just be
man.
ni- right.
Just be nice.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do.
There are
not
bigger
the
things
only
in the
ones.
world that are much more important than 6 miles over the speed limit.
Yeah.
Because I know he never drives
Or
over 6
26.
miles.
Either
26.
way.
Six.
If
it's
you're on a
six.
highway, it's not that
Six
much.
with the
Six.
6 with.
Look.
Knock all the front numbers off.
Look.
6.
I was on my way. My wife and I were on our way to perform with Lee Greenwood. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was opening for Lee Greenwood, just not too long ago. What, maybe a month or 2 ago,
Yeah.
or something like that. A couple months ago, I get pulled over by an officer. Sir, I don't normally give you warnings for 25 over, but
See, but they always ask, "Oh, sir, do you know how fast you're going?" 6 miles over the speed limit. 6.
3.5.
And just kind of look at
miles
them.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't
We
work.
have this little thing in the car that tells us exactly how fast you're going.
That's assuming you can read.
That's true. Army didn't teach me.
See?
Well, the ignorance is not a defense to the law, sir.
Oh, I just if I have to, I don't have PTSD,
You got
but
all-
I'll call it.
Do it.
I'll use it if I need to, not just to get myself
Hey, man,
out
do
of
what you
trouble.
gotta do. Do what you
But
gotta
don't
do.
say
I don't blame you.
PTSD. Say it like PQMR.
QWRST,
I've got it.
elemental P.
And then
I
they're
have
gonna
it.
be
You
all
should go back
messed
to
up.
what you wanted to do when
Yeah.
your XO
Yeah,
called you.
Be like,
not worth it.
why
Slow
is
down.
this guy even driving right now?
That's
I
not
need
worth
to
it.
arrest him anyways.
No, you gotta get out of the car now.
You can-
Yeah. What? I don't have legs. I can't get out of the car.
You
What the
definitely
hell?
got to get out of the car. We can't have you driving.
Oh,
man.
So
Awesome. Well, dude, thanks for coming on, man.
yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah. I want to get you that We Defy stuff.
Yeah.
That
Wait, what?
information.
What
The
happened?
We
We
Defy
Defy.
Oh
information.
yeah.
Just in case.
Free. Monetarily free
Free to buy.
jujitsu, but not free
Free to buy.
jujitsu. Yeah. it's
We'll
not.
see. I'll let everybody know if it's free or not.
And we got the 365 challenge, man.
What was that? How many donuts you can eat in a year?
No, that's his job. He's the police
I can
officer.
eat 360.
That's
I can do that in a day.
Do you like donuts?
Hell yeah.
Dude.
Who doesn't like donuts? Please. This is
Well,
the biggest joke ever.
You don't like donuts?
I mean, not
You
really.
gotta go.
No.
You gotta.
Come
No, I'm
on.
kidding.
Come on.
You're like you're no longer invited
You
to
get
this.
it.
Come on. How can you not like donuts?
My brother was the most hilarious thing ever happened when he first got into the PD, right? He's like, I don't care about donuts. That's just a thing people say about cops, blah, blah, blah. Kid you not. After he graduated and he became an officer, within a year, dude, he comes home, we were renting a house together or whatever before I got married. And he's like, I found the best donut place ever in San Antonio.
he
And it's only
failed.
like 30 minutes away from here. He took me there. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I knew it. It's inevitable if you become an officer.
Like, so you know how the donut thing started, right?
I have no idea.
Here's the
but it's
history of the donut
freaking
thing. So
hilarious.
back in the day, like 20s, whatever, the only places ever open at 2 a.m. Donut shops. Nothing else is open because guys were in there making donuts early.
Makes
So that's the only
sense.
place you could go get some coffee and a donut in the middle of the night.
Have,
So,
you,
there you
have
go.
you seen that funny Facebook post where it's like a mouse trap with a donut in it? And
Yeah,
the
how to
cops
catch a
are-
cop.
I love it.
How did this turn into a cop donut?
Dude,
joke?
I love
Show
cops,
officer.
but that's freaking hilarious.
It's true.
a
I
good
think that's a
target,
Houston
man.
Police Department. Then.
Yeah.
That's
It's
so
HPD car and that
funny.
meme on that one. Yeah, I've seen that. Look, I just if you don't like if you claim you don't like donuts, I don't believe you.
I don't.
Everybody likes donuts. You'll eat a donut though.
I'll
I'm just
eat
saying if
one, but-
somebody
So that
put a
means you
free
like it to some degree.
warm
depends.
donut in front of you,
Yeah, if
it's
a
probably not going to be
warm
there very
donut,
long. Yeah, see.
Ooh, like a warm Shipley's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it. Look, see. Pizza.
We're about to go eat dinner right
Shipley's.
now.
Oh.
Shipley's is right up the
I'm
street.
not going to Shipley's. they didn't pay me to advertise. I'm not doing it.
Oh, there we go. See, now if we had some free donuts.
So-
there
Yeah, there you go.
Shipley's.
I like
Awesome.
that. That's a good philosophy. They didn't pay me to advertise. I ain't going.
It's all good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 365 challenge, the bench.
Oh yes.
315 went. I'm just saying.
365. That's a whole 50 pounds more.
Just a number.
So babe, just sit on the bench. Okay?
Oh, see, yeah, that was nice. I caught
Nice,
Sit
that.
on the
nice
bar.
job. Nice
Yep.
job.
See,
Nice
See what I
game.
did
I
there?
like that. Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, yep.
That's an experienced man.
And she'll be 21 next month.
Exactly.
Yeah, 50 pounds
Barely.
of 21. Yeah, see,
She's
Look
a
at-
youngin'.
look at- Kidding.
That's
So
funny.
awesome. So everybody check it out. JP Lane everywhere. Right, that's easy enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
JP.
Performing
everything's-
tomorrow night at the Redneck Country
At
Club.
Redneck Country Club. It's officially in Stafford, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's right there on
Stafford
I-10 at
address.
West Airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope
From
to
6
see
to
all
9.
you guys out there. And
Yeah. Well, the whole yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
think it's going to be cool.
No, it'll be fun.
Come say hello. Say you heard us. Whatever.
Give a little amputee joke.
Yeah. If you
It
give an
works.
amputee joke to me after, oh, you're already my best friend.
You will get a free high five.
A high 4.5 actually.
Well, four,
Yeah,
yeah.
4.5.
So, well, it's a little more than a half.
4
It's
3/4.
4 3/4.
There we go,
-ish.
4 3/4. But
Yeah.
it's free.
Yeah.
And you might warm it up a little bit, and then you get a free one. It'll be
All
good.
of my
I like
best
it.
friends give me high fives like that.
Damn it.
For real. That's how we do
awesome.
There's a lot of high five jokes I've had on this show.
Yeah, we have.
Seriously, I'm gonna clip them all together. It'll take me like 6 hours, but I'm gonna do
Under the
it.
table high fives.
Yeah.
What
We'll just
about
did you high five?
manicures and pedicures?
Oh,
I would
do
probably
you
get
a discount?
10% off.
10%.
At least.
10%.
That is 10% off.
Not at these shops right now.
Yeah, around
Did
here
I
they
tell
can be
you
like,
guys-
oh, cost you double.
They probably say it costs you more.
Yeah.
Did I tell you how my wife and I met?
No.
Mm-mm.
So we met at the gym. And I realized real quick why she fell in love with me, because she loves to go shopping, right? She loves to buy anything and everything she possibly can with coupons and discounts, everything she possibly can.
I like it.
So she saw me and she was like, he's mine. He's already 50% off.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
I knew it.
Nice.
that's what I'm saying. It's a good
Very
discount.
nice.
I
Yeah.
like
good.
it.
She didn't have to beg for it or anything. Just
Smart.
50% off already. Man.
You don't have to worry about your finances
True
now.
love.
I know.
It is.
Yeah.
At 50%.
True love.
I'm kidding. Awesome. So thank you, everybody. Don't go anywhere yet. So I've got to do the whole little thing because there's a delay. So if I stop it short, then it gets funky on me,
Mm.
and that's all. You know how it goes. Awesome. So thank you, everybody, and
Thank
we'll
you.
good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.